the victim of serial killers are women. I mean, why do they like watching this shit?
Kate is staring at me in the dark in the corner of the basement like this.
Why?
Because she heard my spiel and she's just.
Well, clearly,
Yeah,
Kate doesn't have to worry about being a victim because she's terrifying.
She's gonna tell y'all her reason for watching true crime.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
My reason is because that way I know what not to do if I kill anybody. That way I don't get caught.
See, I told you.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rabbit Hole Protocol, guys. We're Brock, Doc, and Blake once again gracing you with all presents.
How you doing?
He just had a Korean corn dog, and Doc is loaded on Adderall. We're ready for a fucking roll today.
That sounds so just. I'm prescribed Adderall.
He's prescribed. He's not recreationally taking it, but he's on fucking Adderall. So, very interested.
What he's saying is, I took my afternoon dose today, and he's like, "You're much calmer."
He just seemed quiet. Like he talked quietly, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's, "I took my meds today." Oh,
I took my med. The way you said it too is just like, "I took my meds today." Oh,
do you not take them every day?
Not in the afternoon, not always. Yeah.
When are you supposed to take them in the morning?
I have a 30 extended release that I take in the morning when I get to work. And then there's a 10 milligram immediate release that I don't always take in the afternoon. Like if I don't have anything specifically going in the afternoon, then I don't necessarily take it.
So what, you need an extra kick for certain days?
I knew I had a lot of editing to do today. So I was like, I need to get to work.
If I don't take this, I'll get nothing done.
Pretty much, yeah. Or far less than before.
I found out, I don't know if I brought this up, but I got referred to do TMS treatment. Where they shock your brain.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I think
ECT?
No, it's TMS, like temporal magnetic stimulation or some shit.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Same thing. I don't know. Speaking of like mental stuff, we're going to be talking about true crime and how women are crazy about it, or just people in general, but mostly women. And I know Blake,
I thought you were going to say how women are just crazy.
Women are crazy, but we love them. We love them.
I know more than most.
He does know more. We'll talk about some of his fucking experiences and my experiences. I hope Blake has some crazy girl experiences.
not really, man.
Blake's still a virgin, so
yeah. Do y'all know Papa Meat?
Yeah.
No.
I've been watching his episodes
religiously.
Yes, I started watching them like a few days ago, and I'm like, I can't stop watching his shit now.
When you brought up women, all I could think of was this clip where he's like, I look at women and I go, bitch, bitch, but respectfully, because I'm like whimsical, bitch. And I was like, that's funny.
It's just like the first video I watched of his was the millennial cringe one. And he's just like, and it fucking edited, his head exploded. I fucking lost it. I'm like, I'm watching this forever now.
I showed that to Kate, and halfway through, we're laying in bed watching it. Halfway through, she pulls the covers over her head out of sheer embarrassment while watching it. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she goes, I do all of these fucking things. I can't watch this
She
anymore.
does it all?
Yes.
I had to explain to Alicia what it was. I'm like, have you ever heard of millennial cringe? And she's like, no. And I showed her examples, and she was just like, it's so weird. I'm like, I mean, she's technically a millennial, but she's a late millennial because she was born in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So
a lot of millennials were born in the 90s.
No, older millennials are the ones that are guilty of the millennial cringe.
Are you talking about like 96, 97, where they're on the cutoff?
No, she was born in 1993.
It's still millennial.
She's like a mid to late millennial. I'm like an older millennial where I was born like in the beginning stages of millennials.
She doesn't subscribe to the trope.
88?
80. I'm pretty sure it starts in 80.
Does it? I don't know.
Yeah.
She's young. Here's how it's weird. It doesn't seem like that much of an age gap. However, her emo scene kids were very different from my emo scene kids. Because like I'm like, yeah, like the early to mid 2000s emo kids. And she's like, "No, this is what our emo kids looked like." And I'm like, "That's late emo kids." Like that's not the same at all. Because she was like trying to say that like her generation started the crazy hair and skinny jeans. I'm like, no, the fuck they didn't. That shit was going on in like 2004.
Where are you?
Where are you? And the big hair. We had a dude that we called Rooster Kid because he had like the fucking craziest like emo hair and it would stick up like a rooster. Anyway,
I think South Park described it the best, where they had the OG emo kids, and then they had like the vampire Hot Topic ones, and they're like, "Fuck those guys. Those aren't real emo.
Those aren't real emo. The Twilight kids, fuck no.
They're not even cutting themselves.
The Twilight Hot Topic kids, no, yeah, they're not cutting themselves.
I love that one because Edgar Allan Poe is in it.
I don't remember that episode. But anyway, today's episode is kind of inspired by one of Blake's recent videos about true crime and the female mind.
And let me tell you.
You had a video about true crime and the female mind?
Yeah, you picked it. You were the one that was like, that one's the most interesting out of the list. You should do that one next.
It just hasn't come across. TikTok fucking hates you right now because I'm not getting.
I don't think you
any
make
of
a
your
TikTok
shit
about it.
Like I had to go.
It's on YouTube.
Oh, that's probably why. I've been watching like one person on YouTube lately.
Yeah. Wow, you should be watching him.
I'm on TikTok. On TikTok, regardless, TikTok is just not showing me your shit. I had to go out of my way to watch your stuff.
Oh, trust me, I know, because I have like 43% of people that watch my videos finish the video, and usually that would mean you're getting hundreds of thousands of views. I'm getting 9,000, and it's like stopping there.
I'm also seeing a lot of the impersonators more than you.
Yeah, I turned off my ability for people to download my videos. I found that, and I'm hoping that that'll negate that. I'm wondering if that's why. Like,
I was gonna say, how do they do that?
They can still download
they
it.
Can
Hell, all you have to do is screen record too.
Yeah, and
that's true. Or copy the link on the computer, and there's so many websites to just download it anyway to get around.
It's unfortunate. And then TikTok, I try to report it. TikTok's like, we found no violation.
Dude, even coming from my own account, I have to go through like a whole
They're
other
impersonating
link
you.
I know, but I have to go and find a link. I have to get the links to their channels, copy them in. I have to submit my driver's license and like all this other stuff for TikTok to look at it and go, oh yeah, those aren't your accounts, huh? But at the same time, let me say this, it's a good thing because if they just went off of looks and who reported it, one of these bot accounts with malicious intent could easily get mine taken down. If it was just going off of who reported it and what face was attached to the profile picture. So it's understandable why it doesn't work, but I'm like, come on, take that option down and just immediately go, hey, here's the link to
TikTok is really bad about like protecting creators, I've noticed.
Terrible.
YouTube is better, but they're still
up there.
They're still pretty bad. Well, it's easy to manipulate it, I'll say.
Just like when our old episodes when we had the fucking Blood on the Risers as an outro video, it got copyright claimed one video, and I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like no one owns the copyright to the song. It's a free use song because it was made by the fucking army.
Stream Beats will get that too. And then Stream Beats is intentionally made to be free. Copyright free, but it's technically still copyright. He owns the copyright. It'll get copyright on YouTube.
Well, the reason why it got claimed, it was manually claimed by someone that went in there and like made their own like edit video with that same song, and they told YouTube they own the rights to that song. So like, and I'm like, no, this person. By the way, I said the person that wrote this song wrote it in the 40s and is dead. And now the U.S. Army owns that song. Like, this person is not the fucking U.S. Army. They don't own, this person does not own the song. Eventually, they don't own the rights at all because I appealed the shit out of that.
It's not like we were getting fucking.
No,
for it.
but it was the principle of the fact that someone's taking a song that's iconic for the airborne community and trying to claim it as their own. That's like someone taking the Marine Corps song, the Marine Corps hymn, and saying that they own the rights to it, and then like copyright claiming anybody that has that in their video.
I've been doing that for about a year now. I've made a lot of money.
Copyright claiming?
Marine Corps hymn, yeah. Yeah, I own it. Actually, I bought the rights. Marine Corps missed their.
Dude.
Could you imagine? Actually, could you imagine if like the licensing went up on it? Because obviously, like the Marine Corps has to own the licensing to the song.
You would think
to prevent any weird things happening.
It feels
and they
very
just
Googleable.
re-up the license, and someone just nabbed it.
Yep, would not shock me. I've seen that.
I mean,
shit
the
happen
Happy
before.
Birthday song is technically licensed to some. I think it's like a family or like one person or something.
Mm-hmm.
They own. So anytime the Happy Birthday song is used in that style.
So the whole reason why I brought up copyright is because I want to put it out there that like I'm not stealing Blake's idea, but I am stealing Blake's idea.
Yeah,
I'm
totally stealing my idea while I'm here.
This episode,
Yoink and twist.
The topic of this episode is an inspiration of one of Blake's videos. Because it is something I did want to talk about, because there's more than just serial killer obsession and true crime obsession. There's even an obsession that women have of fucking masked killers.
Mm-hmm. Like fictional ones.
Like Michael Myers,
Have you ever been
Ghostface.
with a girl that had a grape fantasy?
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, no, I have never been with one. I'm sure you have, though.
Yeah.
There you go. That's why we're going to talk about this stuff, because you've been with some fucking wild hoes. So,
it actually was the same one that you know about. That
multiple personalities.
It was the same girl. Yeah.
Hell yeah. We love the fucking good old fashioned DID person. You know, we love.
I've lived a traumatic life.
It's so. I mean, now everyone, if you're watching this and you get offended, I don't care.
I don't care.
But I want to make this a disclosure. When I say this, not a disclosure, but I want to say, like, don't take this the wrong way, but crazy girls have the best pussy.
And not in this case.
Something usually.
Yeah.
There's a reason. There's a reason why dudes stay with fucking psychos for longer than they probably should, and the biggest reason is because
the booty's good.
They're typically good in bed for some reason. I don't know why.
Whoa. That's how they attract their prey.
Makes me wonder, is Alicia a fucking psycho? And I don't know it.
It's like an anglerfish.
Just like ooh, pretty and shiny, and then it's just like super deadly and dangerous.
Yes.
But yeah,
they always have colored hair.
So the grape fantasy you were talking about, there's actually a term for that. It's called CNC. And when I first saw this, I was like
that sounds like an acronym, not a term.
It is an acronym, but CNC, as I know it, I'm like the machining process. No, CNC stands for consensual non-consent.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that basically the 50 Shades shit?
No, I mean, it is like a form of BDSM, but consensual non-consent is grape fantasy. Where it's just where they pretend like they don't want it, like no, please, and they try to run and stuff, and it's just like they get their rocks off on that for some fucking weird reason, and it's not like I couldn't either. I'm just like, I need to know that you want to do this like that.
Those are the women that are terrifying, though.
Those are the ones that will kill you in your sleep. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that
I just
will
think
kill you
of like sleep. How do you know if she's actually saying no?
You're supposed to have a safe word.
Pineapples.
That's such a common safe word, but yeah, it is a safe word, because in no act of CNC are you just going to be like, oh, fucking pineapples. You know, no one's ever going to do that. I would hope. Put that pineapple in me. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh, we're good.
You're going to have another one?
No sneeze?
Yeah.
No, I might have another beer, though.
Have you ever had someone say bless you before you sneezed and then you lost it?
Dude, when me and Kate like started dating, I learned that if you say bless you to me before I actually sneeze, it fucking stops the sneeze. I didn't know that because
And it's
she would always say
horrible.
bless you before. And every time she did it to me, it would stop the sneeze. So now sometimes she'll catch herself or she'll say it right as the sneeze is coming out and go, I'm so sorry. I almost ruined the sneeze for you. And it is the funniest thing ever because thankfully,
Alicia
she
does
doesn't
the
do
same.
it like to upset me, but
Alicia does the same thing, but then it's gotten to the point where I know she's conscious about it, and then the sneeze goes away because I'm like, I can fucking read her mind, and I know she's thinking to say bless you, and it makes it go away. And I look at her, I'm like, God damn it! She's like, I'm sorry. Like, it's like the fucking male version of getting cheated, of like cheating on your girl in her dream, where it's like, I know you thought it, and you made it go away.
That's a good one.
So, true crime, it's fascinating why people are obsessed with true crime. I don't know about you, Doc. I would assume you might be a little bit. Like, kind of like really
Like
in depth.
understanding?
Like in depth with true crime stuff. Like you kind
Not
of
really.
you don't enjoy watching true crime?
No.
I fall asleep to
love
true
it.
crime sometimes.
I love true crime.
I'll put on the
I
John
do.
Wayne Gacy. I'll put on like a John Wayne Gacy documentary and just. And Alicia's just like, I don't know how the fuck you fall asleep to shit like this.
Maybe
I do.
Doc is the woman.
I can too, like easily. I haven't ever put on true crime to go to sleep. I think the only crazy thing I've ever put on to go to sleep was Gunfire when I first got out.
You told me about this,
Because
yeah.
it helped lull me to sleep. But I might try the true crime thing. Really, and this is the reason why I want to see if it fucks with my dreams. I want to see if I have a weird ass.
Did you get the playlist I sent you of the space shit?
Yes.
Did you try listening to it to go to sleep?
Clearly.
No, I haven't.
Try that.
Okay.
You'll put it
You
on
ever
and
noticed-
it's so calming.
That
Okay.
I feel like one of the reasons, like we talked about the female, the serial killers, right? How often do you see female serial killers?
Not very often.
Not often. You know why? Because they're better at it because they watch true crime shit all the time and they
True
know
crime.
what they're doing. And they've also been cleaning blood out of fucking fabric for years.
Yeah, they watch that.
crime.
They watch that crew crime shit and fucking.
They know what to do.
Yes.
He still
I
hasn't
love
caught it. But yes,
What am I supposed to catch here?
nothing.
You said crew crime.
You shouldn't have told him.
It was just funny. Hold on, he's resetting.
Let the Adderall do its work.
Accept it. There it is. He's good.
I
All
think
right, back to it.
So, that's one thing, but it's just like
I'm starting a new podcast.
there's actually like one of the articles I'm going to read here is like from the perspective of the women that love watching true crime. And yes, I like Doc said in my marriage, I am the woman that watches a lot of true crime because I'll listen to true crime podcasts. Mostly because it's like I'm kind of fascinated with the idea of someone's capability of doing stuff like this and the dumb fucking shit they do when they get caught. Like what gets them caught? How do they get caught?
I've got a couple stories, as you saw in the because you watched the video.
I did.
But
you can also talk about it
yeah.
here.
Me too.
I definitely will.
Yeah,
I
watch
definitely
it on Outer Regs YouTube while also watching it on ours. Like for me personally, the reason why I really like watching the serial killer documentaries and the true crime shit is because I'm just fascinated. It's just I don't know. Serial killers are such an anomaly. And it's like they are
they?
In a way, yeah, because
in the grand scheme of like the populace, yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are kind of an anomaly. It's just like what drives them to do something like that, and what it's the ritualistic tendencies that they have with it. I mean, the urges I get, it's like usually it's like kind of like a fucking shark when it tastes blood, like when it or like a lion when it eats a human for the first time. It just has a taste for human blood. Blah blah blah.
I think it's a mix of just being a psychopath and the desire for knowledge comes into a really bad way in the beginning. I mean, like, because a lot of their stories is it starts with roadkill, animals, this
Curiosity.
and then it turns into the curiosity of like, well, what does the inside of a person look like? And since they don't have the like chemicals working in their brain property to tell them that's a bad idea, don't do that, that's really mean, that's fucked up, they're like, I mean, it's not me, it's not hurting me, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to know. And
It usually
then
turns
from
sexual
there, it
somewhat.
turns into it does. Then it turns into the like mommy daddy issues, turning sexual, doing all this other stuff, getting addicted to it, like realizing and understanding laws to know that this is somewhat of a thrill for them to be able to do. Like, but I think it usually starts with just the having no sympathy and just like doing it to animals and then just being curious enough one day to try it on a human. And then I feel like in all the stories, all the other stuff kind of flooded in after their first kill is when it got really weird really fast.
And it's also, I also find the idea of people's fascination with it interesting. And especially women, because typically the victim of serial killers are women. So, I mean, why do they like watching this shit? You know?
I can tell you why.
Why?
I can tell you why. Empathy. They have a better empathetic reaction than men do. And seeing women be killed like that, it allows their brain to be like, I don't want to be like that. I feel bad for her, but I don't want to be like that. So it attaches their brain to it to be like, this is a lesson I need to learn. Because the world is scarier for women, right? I said this in my video. I'm going to say it now again. If you are a man out there and you do not believe that the world is more dangerous for a woman, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Granted, like there's a lot of arguments out there where it goes to the extreme that I don't agree with on like the female side, but there definitely is more of a reason for them to have their heads on a swivel a little bit more than a guy does. We can fight back a lot easier. Women tend to need to get away from dangerous situations. So these kinds of true crime things help them learn like, okay, that's a red flag. I saw this in this podcast or this Netflix documentary or whatever. I don't want to end up like that. Let me get away from that, right? So it's not really like it's not a place of like, ew, I hate all men. It's just like this isn't impossible. Let me learn. So that way I can keep away from it.
But I've noticed that it's also like
main
kind
consensus.
of, I've also kind of noticed that it's devolved into like men, I choose the bear type thing.
Kate is staring at me in the dark in the corner of the basement like this.
Why?
Right now. Because she heard my spiel and she's just.
Well, clearly
Yeah,
Kate doesn't have to worry about being a victim because she's terrifying.
Oh, I asked her, can I say what your reason was? She's gonna tell y'all her reason for watching true crime.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My reason is because that way I know what not to do if I kill anybody. That way I don't get caught.
See, I told you.
Brock commented that on the video, by the way. So he nailed it on the head.
Well, because women are more methodical in their killing when they are.
Yeah, think about. I think when we gave the Native Americans smallpox blankets, that was definitely a woman, because a guy would just be like, "Let's fucking shoot him." A woman would be like, "No, let's give them blankets.
Let's
make them think that we're friends.
Like, let's take the sick and wrap them in blankets and give them to the people and watch them all plague and die."
Yeah, that's the mind of a woman. A guy's not thinking of that. He's just like, "Let's just fucking shoot him."
I don't know. Women didn't really.
That's the skit I'm gonna do for the fucking true crime thing to announce it on TikTok. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want my compensation.
All right. You'll get a whole 50 cents the way this month's going.
Oh,
sorry.
man.
I know that was out of nowhere, but I just had to say it so I don't forget. Like, that's a good way to.
So I'm gonna quick go through some.
I'm good for something here.
So I'm gonna quick go through some of these. Why the true crime audience is predominantly female. So this guy did a tour. He did like a theatrical tour called "The Psychology of Serial Killers and Why They Captivate Us." He performed in 14 different cities in 18 days, and just kind of discussed why. He noticed that there was an 80% female audience for true crime TV shows and podcasts, and this is what he said. I've confirmed by network programming executives who focus exclusively on true crime. This truth was empathetically proven to me on my tour, as night after night and city after city, my audience was consistently 80% plus of women of all ages, including mothers and daughters, who were in high spirits and out to have fun, having a girls' night out. Like, this is their girls' night out, learning about serial killers. Like, they're like, ooh, ooh.
Do you guys ever watch like maybe a crime movie or something? I don't know, action where there's some murder or something.
Yeah.
Mystery, and your woman just immediately just calls it, and you're like, go the fuck away.
No, it's actually the opposite. I'm the one that calls it before she does.
Well, okay, yeah, because you're the woman. We have established that.
I am the woman.
I'm with Brock. I'm so much more into the true crime than Kate really is. Now, granted, like, what's nice though, she's into it enough is when I'm like, can we watch this? She's like, fuck yeah. Sounds fun.
Alicia too.
I think if there's not enough, if there's not like, women can watch football and they'll be like,
Alicia cannot.
This is boring. There needs to be more violence here. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Is there not enough murder for you here?
Did you not just see that quarterback get his fucking knee blown out backwards? It's like,
no, I need to see blood. Okay.
Which, hold on. Speaking of that,
then watch rugby.
So into the true crime stuff, but when I'm watching football and someone like their ankle goes backwards, I can't look at the screen.
I'm intrigued.
I can't do it.
I can
listen to stuff about people getting like torn limb for limb.
Well, yeah,
you show
can
me
use
dude
your
getting his ankle broken. I can't do it.
When you're imagining it versus actually seeing it, it's very different.
That is very true. That's very true. I've seen stuff.
And then when you're actually doing it,
you can imagine someone getting their fucking head chopped off with a chainsaw, but the second you actually see it, you're like, ooh. It's very different.
The grimace. You remember watching those in school?
The purple guy from
the
McDonald's?
cartel execution videos.
Yeah, the beheading videos and like the faces they would make. It's like, it's so scary.
Yeah, I remember watching that reporter get his head cut off by the Taliban.
Mm-hmm. I think I saw that one.
And how he made absolutely
awful.
Zero expression the entire time that happened. I was like, dude's literally getting his head cut off with a knife, and he makes no face. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he was saying the girls having a night out. So this begs the question, why is the true crime audience predominantly female? Based on my experience and research, women's fascination with true crime is driven by their empathetic nature, like you said. Women empathize with the victims. Did you read the same thing I'm reading right now?
I read this one and another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Female fans identify.
We'll just go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, I know. The old religious adage, there but for the grace of God I go, applies here. He said the empathy is also not limited to the victims. It's my observation that women strongly empathize with and seek to understand the motivations of the perps, especially the male perps in true crime stories. I believe this has to do with the female desire to feel safe and secure. Many female true crime fans have told me that their greatest fear is being attacked by an unknown assailant. So to look out to like understand so that they can see it in somebody else. Now, this also goes with the whole, like, men are fucking, all men are bad and shit like that, is because I've noticed this trend where women will start to self-identify red flags that aren't actually red flags. Mm-hmm. Like, Papa Meat did a video of this, too, like, these fucking relationship, like, tests.
My God, yes. I hate those. Kate does those to me for fun. Like, because she'll see him like, what was it? What was the I saw a bird today.
The bird theory?
The other day.
She hit you with the bird theory?
Yeah. She hit me with the bird one, and I was like, you've been watching TikTok, haven't you? And she goes, damn it.
That was it? That was all she said, I saw a bird? And you're like, you've been watching TikTok? That's your conductive reasoning there?
Because it's a TikTok trend. Like, the bird theory is a TikTok trend. Because basically, it's the theory, it goes like this.
Our fees are so different.
Tell your man that you saw a bird today. his reaction will determine if it's a red flag or not. Basically saying if he is interested in the conversation to ask you about the bird, then he cares about you. But if he doesn't, then he doesn't give a fuck about you and you should leave him.
I feel like most men are not going to give a shit.
Right.
Or even like
Most
act.
no.
Like half the time when my wife is talking, it seems like I'm not listening. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's half the
But
time when I'm talking to you, it seems like that. Hence the space episode.
But she knows that I am.
You're still on that.
I'm still on that.
I love it.
I will not let that one go. But yes,
Yeah,
the
I was
in-laws.
still present the whole time.
After
But-
the in-laws didn't care about your telescope, he's like, nobody fucking cares about space like I do.
yeah. I even talked to my therapist about this. I'm like, no one gives a shit about what I like.
Even the therapist didn't
Oh.
care. He's like, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Dude, I told my wife I want a new therapist because I really don't like going to my therapist because I catch my therapist looking at the clock a lot.
Well, so to be fair, they are supposed to do that because they're on a time constraint
But
and they
it's-
probably have another patient.
But also,
Set an
like,
alarm.
it's more than that. It's the demeanor. Like they're just kind of checked out. She seems checked out of the conversations that I have. Like I bore
They're
her.
supposed to show no emotion.
My last therapist was like, she even told me, she's like, I'm going to miss you when you move. I really like our conversations.
That's not good. That's bad therapy.
But she challenged me though. That was the other thing. I'm actually thinking about going to see Alicia's therapist because not only does is interested, like she's good to talk to, but she's very like challenging, right? She's like, nope, you're going to do this. Like, I want you, here's your assignment. Do this, X, Y, Z, and then get back to me. But she's also like fun to talk to. Like my other therapist was also like that. I want you to do this, this, and this. Work on doing this. And then also liked having a conversation with me. This one's just like, I feel like she just does not fucking care. She's
Maybe
even
it's just her.
she's even ended my sessions like 15 to 20 minutes early.
Ew.
And I'm like, I still have like time.
Be more fucked up, I guess. I don't know. Maybe more interesting.
Fuck, I don't know.
You need to go in there and you need to take some notes from this podcast on your next episode and be like, yeah, so I've just been watching true crime and I've really been thinking about like murdering people lately. What do you think
No.
about that?
Dude, I don't want to be 5150'd and then lose
What does that mean?
getting institutionalized.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a 3-day hold that they can hold you against your will.
Yeah.
Well,
And then I lose my guns. I lose everything.
What could you say to sound more interesting but crazy?
Well, we're going to talk about
No,
relationship.
we've been trying to figure that out for
We're going
years.
to talk about relationship trauma on my next appointment. Anyway, so
Are you going to tell her about the being fingered?
No. You love bringing that one up.
I love that he brings that up all the time.
Do you know the story about it?
Yeah, I've heard it like 3 times.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
many
about we'll
times.
talk about it. Well,
Many
I will not
times.
talk about it anymore. I forgot what I was even fucking talking about going into this.
But it's so great. It's so great. It gets better every time it's told.
We were on you said that last thing we said that pertained was that they make up red flags like with the I saw
Yes.
a bird
So
today.
like
The ick things.
So like I saw the bird theory is what it's called. Like you get these TikTok trends where it's like, women are trying to find these random red flags when it's just all it really is just a dude being a dude. Like it's not that he doesn't care. It's just that like I saw a bird today. It's like cool. So did everybody. Like
Men want real conversation.
we want like there's no substance behind the conversation at all. It's like I saw a bird today. Now it'd be one thing where it's just like you made a bird feeder or something like that, and like, hey, I saw a bird today. It's like, oh fuck, what kind of bird did you like? Where did you get a photo? Like it's like we made a bird feeder or a bird house, something like that. Where it's like it's got to be there's got to be context to it, right? Like when I tell Alicia we have gold eagles down here, which I didn't know we had that, and I'm like, I just saw the weirdest fucking bird because we have vultures.
Did she care?
Yeah, I mean she cared. But
I
it was,
care if you I
but
care
I
if you
added-
start it with I saw a weird ass bird. I'd be like, oh, tell me more.
yeah, well, yeah, but the context, there's context with it too. So it's like, dude, I just saw the weirdest fucking bird. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't even know what kind of bird that is. But like usually I see vultures all the time, but then like gold eagles, We have gold eagles. They're basically like, they look like a hawk, but they got this big gold chest and like neck. They're really kind of crazy looking. Huh?
I have a bird.
You actually have a bird?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
I thought you knew where I was going.
I clocked that one.
Yeah, I knew where I was going
You clocked
immediately.
that one. So, back to this. So, in particular, single women have told me that they look to true crime TV shows and podcasts for tips on how to protect themselves from attacks by strangers, as well as how to detect a sociopathic red flags and personalities. Now, that kind of also goes into the whole, you have to be careful with this, because what people I think a lot of red flags are misinterpreted.
Usually, yeah.
Because it's like, well, that's a red flag. It's just like, or that could just be like, you don't click with that person.
Yeah. There are definitely
obviously an obvious red flag.
that
It's like,
is,
I often think about blood at night. Like, yeah, that's kind of a red flag.
Yeah, but I do love the what is it? What am I trying to say? How internet has kind of ruined dating for a lot of people, because it does become this like, okay, so today Brittany went and said hello to my boyfriend today, and he said hi back, and that's a red flag, so I broke up with him. And then she has 5 million followers, and 500,000 of them are like, no, that is a red flag. Like, you're so right. You're so right.
The echo chamber.
My boyfriend says hi, oh my God, I have to break up with him. And it ruins it for so many people. Same thing with dudes being like, if she wears a bikini at the beach, she doesn't care about you and she's looking for other men. No, she's a chick, and that's the style. Quit being a fucking weirdo, dude. Like, come on.
The downfall of the internet with relationships really started when you had constant connectivity to people, and you could technically talk throughout the day. And then when they would go home, the guy would just kind of sit and chill. And they're like, why are you ignoring me? I haven't talked to you all day. Bitch, we've been talking this whole fucking day. What the hell are you talking about? We haven't talked all day. And then that creates, because it wasn't physical to the woman, they're like, we haven't talked all day. But the guy's like, we have literally been connected since I left.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk anymore. I'm tired. I would like, what do you want from me?
It does. So it's like you got to be careful with those. And this is for the audience to hear. You got to be careful with these red flags things, because like, what is a real red flag versus, what is just normal behavior that you just don't like?
Yeah. I'll tell you, if your red flag, these are red flags you need to look out for. If someone is spending money way faster than they can make it, red flag. That's going to make for a lot of difficulties down the road. If someone fantasizes about murder in a just gross way, I'm not saying watching true crime is fantasizing about murder. A lot of people watch that shit. That's not fantasizing. But if they're sitting there and they're like, I just wonder what my hands around someone's throat would feel like, that's a fucking red flag. Like, no, that's not cool.
Let's try the bedroom.
I'll fucking what else? What else is a good red flag? Those are my big two. Those are the only two disqualifiers I've ever had.
I intentionally run over animals when I see them.
That's a huge one. Or I beat my dog because I think it's funny. That's a red flag.
I don't swerve if an animal goes into front of my car. Darwin.
You're
survival
not
of the fittest.
Really supposed to. Because
if
wrap your car around a tree, but I mean, if you have a huge road, I go around it.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like if a deer if a deer jumps out in front of me, I'm not swerving. I'm not hitting the brakes either.
I'm picking it up after I hit it.
Yeah, so
taking it home.
Like you got to be careful with these red flags. Also, so on a more superficial level, true crime programming offers escapism and thrills to its female audience in terms of pure entertainment value and its effect on the audience. How different is a Jeffrey Dahmer documentary from a fictional serial killer movie like Saw? Very little, in my opinion. And this is why I call them both forms of popcorn entertainment. I believe that true crime TV shows and podcasts offer adults, particularly female adults, what violent video games and horror movies offer children. That is adrenaline pumping good fun.
I don't like that they put children into that.
I don't either
I
because
thought it was going to go
I don't-
like violent video games for guys. That's what I thought
Yeah,
that was going to go.
Well, when I first read that, I was like, who lets their kid watch a bunch of horror movies?
We're being called children, is
Mainly-
what they're saying.
Mainly because it's like I don't want you getting up in the middle of the night saying I had a nightmare. I'm trying to sleep.
Maybe we're the children. They're referring to us as the children.
We are.
I mean, I am a child at heart. That would make sense.
I love how the next article, like the photo is.
That sounds really bad. I just mean like I'm very immature. There we go.
I love how
I know
like
what you
the
mean.
like when I open the next article, the first photo is Stephen Avery and fucking Brendan Dassey from Making a Murderer. Because
What?
that shit
Which
is was like the BBC one that I sent you.
Big Black Hawk.
Oh, okay. Yep, got it.
Stephen,
Yep.
Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are from fucking Manitowoc, Wisconsin. I've been to Manitowoc. There ain't shit there.
You survived?
Sorry, but I, real quick, Brendan Dassey should not be in prison. He should be in a criminal institution, maybe. And I don't even think that because I think because his confession was coerced, heavily coerced, and he also has no mental capacity to, distinguish things. Like kid's talking about WrestleMania. He doesn't even know what the word inconsistent means. The detective said that my statements were inconsistent. What does inconsistent mean? That's exactly what he sounded like in his call to his mom. His mom's like, well, I don't know.
I've never watched this.
You know,
I'm gonna check
speaking
this
of,
out.
You never seen it? You never seen Making a
No.
Murderer on Netflix?
I could have sworn that I did. Is it like a series,
No,
like
it's
series where they don't go others?
it is.
Or
It's
is it just
it's a series. It's a series called Making a Murderer, and it's basically this. It's a documentary about the case of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey, and because Stephen Avery was wrongfully convicted of grape. I fucking hate using that word. He was wrongfully
just bleep out the word.
I know, but it
That's what I
requires me to actually sit there and listen to the whole episode while I edit.
Fair.
So he was wrongfully convicted of grape, and he was in prison for like a decade until DNA evidence exonerated him. But he was so well known as kind of like a undesirable person in his town in Manitowoc that when he owned like an auto repair shop on his property,
incel.
and a woman went missing and they found her body on his property. But there was if you watch the documentary, I mean, there's things, I guess, missing from it, but there was zero evidence linking him to the murder. It seemed like
These are the type of people that will benefit from being able to fuck AI.
Stephen Avery or
Okay.
Brendan Dassey. That was just random as fuck,
Well,
but okay.
because they won't be out here trying to murder other people because they're being rejected and they're undesired. They're going to be accepted by their AI fuck doll. And
Have you
they
even,
will-
Doc, have you watched this documentary?
No.
So I'm not convinced that this guy actually did this.
Oh.
Because if you would have shut the fuck up and let me speak, I'm just kidding. But in the documentary, there's like almost no evidence linking him to it. In fact, the detectives went in with a warrant, searched for evidence, found nothing. And I think a detective went back to find evidence and then was like, oh, I found the keys inside of a shoe or something like that. It was weird. It basically, the evidence based off the documentary seemed like they definitely planted it because the cops did not like Stephen Avery. And they walked Brendan Dassey, who's Stephen Avery's nephew, into a confession. They literally said, so you did this, this, and this, right? He's like, yeah, I guess. And it was just like, and he had no parent. He had no lawyer present, nothing. So they literally
How old was he at the time?
17.
Oh, that's a issue. That's a no.
And
right?
Yeah, but they still convicted him.
Wow.
And it was like, they're like, so you like your uncle asked you to help him do this, right? And at first he was like, no. And they're like, yeah, but your uncle did do that, right? and just like, you know, feeding him stuff and then convincing him that it happened. It's very clear, like a very clear, what's the term for this confession? Not false confession, but like they guided him into a confession.
So
Coerced.
when it comes to coerced confessions, it's something that fascinates me.
Coached.
Because if you
Coached
know
him through the confession.
if you know you didn't do it and you provide the police with the ability to say that you did do it, whether it be through voice recording or whatever, how do you get to that point that you just go, I guess I did that? If you know you
Torture,
didn't do
usually.
it, I don't.
Because here's the thing. So like these interrogations go on for 24 hours or more. Like you can hold a person for up to like 48 hours or something like that, and they don't have to sleep. Nothing. You can literally keep them awake and like just drag out the interrogation to where they're just tired and not thinking straight, to where they start doubting, and then they start coercing into the confession. That's a lot of the times how that shit works.
Or like
in Brendan
threats, or like they could be being tortured,
Right.
but like threats of like, this will happen if you don't just admit this, or we can get you some type of plea deal. It's gonna be a lot worse for you if you don't.
So basically, like making them like give a confession, because it's like, well, we already have this. We even though that person's like, there's no way that you have evidence. It's like, well, the evidence looks like you did it. You know, all this stuff. But like Brendan Dassey, here's the thing with Brendan Dassey.
Yeah.
He is mentally challenged.
That's not specific.
He is like, he's kind of retarded. Actually,
I knew you were gonna say that.
He's actually like mentally handicapped, and you can like just like hearing it in like his interrogation and stuff. He's like soft spoken, doesn't know what words mean and stuff. He's definitely like delayed in some way.
Yeah.
And they basically were like, "You did this, yeah?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess." And it wasn't like a distinct yeah. And then they're like, "Confession," and stuff. And they basically were going with it like, "Hey, if you just tell us this, we'll let you go home. Yeah, you can go back home and watch wrestling." And then they walked him through this confession, telling him that like, "Oh, just say these things and you go home and watch wrestling." And then they just got this false confession out of him. And he's still in prison.
That's wild.
And this happened
Now
in 2005.
In prison.
This reminds me, like when I was researching for the video where this is coming from. I thought I found this woman who was so obsessed with true crime that she married a murderer, right? I can't remember the name of the guy.
Oh, that's a good one I can pull up, because that's a fucking real thing.
But she saw his autobiography and read it and was like, he didn't fucking do this. And it was like something trio or whatever is where this guy's known from, where they were convicted of murdering children, like 8-year-olds. And they got convicted of it, sent to prison, and put on death row. He sat on death row for years, wrote his autobiography. This woman married him. And in my head, reading it, I'm like, this is crazy. Why would you do that? Come to find out, they got convicted before DNA evidence was a thing. DNA evidence came out while he was on death row, and there was bits of DNA left on the crime scene that they went back and looked at that wasn't theirs. It didn't belong to any of the three. They took it to the judge that convicted them and said, we need a retrial. The judge said, fuck you, and said no. And they stayed on death row until that judge retired. And then the state said, why haven't you had a fucking retrial? Gave them a retrial, and they all got set free.
Wait, was this the Memphis 3?
Reparations.
Memphis 3, yep.
I know about this. The Memphis 3. There's so many cases like this where like the judge and the district attorney and the prosecuting attorney and stuff are just adamant to bury it. Leave them on death row.
Because nobody wants to be fucking proven wrong.
Yeah.
Or look bad.
Yes.
Like just to, you're fucking human. Just be like, I wasn't right.
And
It was my bad.
This even goes as far as like medical examiners. I've seen this happen with medical examiners where they'll have like there's a case that I remember listening to. I'm sure I talked about this. Medical examiners said that without a doubt, like this person killed this person. And based off of like the drawings that they did and stuff and all this other shit. And the medical examiner said this person died this one way. Or they were just like basically. Oh, no, I have it backwards. There was a medical examiner that was saying that these people died by suicide or natural causes when in fact it was a homicide. And they refused.
Epstein?
No, well, you would think. But they refused to fucking re-examine and change their findings. And then other people would try to bring in other examiners to be like, no, this is a fucking homicide.
Mm-hmm.
And it went on all the way until like that medical exam. In fact, with that medical examiner I'm thinking of, I can't remember the case of this, but he ended up like retiring, and they looked into all of his cases and they like realized that he was giving wrong exams with a lot of cases. Like a lot of cases were ruled as drug overdose or whatever. And when actually like the causes of death were very different from what he ruled. And he often ruled it as like drug overdose, especially if it was a person that like was looked as a lesser person in the community. Drug
like when
overdose.
the military says training accident.
Training accident, yeah. Well, typically there's a lot of training accidents, but
versus
I was
negligence.
involved in some training. No, none death related. No one died, but damn
Say
close.
you're sitting right here.
It was due to negligence. Come to find out, we overpacked our AAVs, and there were AAVs that only had about 5 people on them when we had 30 on ours. So,
did somebody have apricots?
Nope.
Oh yeah, dude, that weird superstition. It was just that could be another
dudes
episode.
Being like, we gotta be together.
Another episode we could do is superstitions, weird ones. Also, so like thinking about why like falling in love with a killer, right?
I just missed everything that you guys said because I had to restart my volume. So
I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but there are women who will marry or be in a relationship with a convicted murderer or serial killer.
Yeah, that's well known.
And it's crazy. Yeah. Like women loved
They are also
even
crazy.
Even after Ted Bundy was convicted, women were like sending him shit.
It's like an excitement thing.
And it's like, but the dude, it's just like, you do know that like you would 100% be one of his victims.
By the way,
I can fix him.
I think it's funny that people were like, oh my God, he's so hot. And I just looked him up. Like, he's got a unibrow. Sure. And like, I'd say the only thing
I think for that era, he was a good
blue
eyes.
Guy. Probably the blue eyes, and he's got a good jawline on him. Other than that, like his eyes are kind of close together. He's got a unibrow. He's also got that stare, like
dead eyes.
He's not all there. He's got dead eyes. Like he's kind of haunting.
I find it funny that they had Zac Efron play him in the fucking series. Was it the movie?
Yeah,
there's a movie about him.
Yeah,
it's called.
Which is.
What was the name of that movie?
It makes sense as to why they had Zac Efron do it, because he was like regarded as like one of the most attractive serial killers ever, and he had the whole thing with like so many women wanting to date him and all this stuff, and like reaching out to him while he was in prison.
Well, he was also very charming as well.
Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense why they had Zac Efron do it. And by the way, he did a phenomenal job in that movie.
He did. The name of the movie is Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile on Netflix.
Never seen it.
So
you should watch it.
So anyway, why women sacrifice so much for extreme offenders? Women who love serial killers.
Oh, speaking of, I asked ChatGPT just a point of contention for conversation purposes. I asked who has it, which is it more dangerous for men or women in the world? And it broke it down, and the context is it depends on how you're looking at it, because if you're looking at danger wise, it's men. If you're looking at like sexual wise, it's women.
Which
As
serial
like a-
killers
yeah, overall.
generally sexually motivated.
Yeah. I would argue
There was more to it than that, but that was like the gist.
I would argue like ability to fight back also like as a factor in that. Like men are more genetically disposed to be able to fight back better than a female can. That's a general statement, not a case to case, but that's just kind
That's
of
my purse. I don't know you.
So
That's why I lean to that.
So this public defender, Rosalie Martinez, and mitigation specialist, was once married to an attorney, had 4 daughters after she met death row inmate Oscar Ray Bolin Jr. She left her husband for him.
Are we still on the same article?
No, I'm on a new one. I'm not saying. I'm just going to read it off.
Oh, okay.
So Martinez and Bolin married that same year, which was in 1995. They got married over the phone because he's on death row for being a killer. So Bolin was a former truck driver, convicted 10 times for graping and killing 3 women in Florida, which makes him a serial killer. In each case, rulings have been overturned due to errors. This week, he was back in the courtroom on another retrial. Convicted again, he received a life sentence on top of 2 death sentences. How do you kill someone twice?
They get revived?
Mm-hmm.
Martinez, who believes Bolin is not a killer, once stated that when she met him, he left her breathless. She sensed his loneliness and isolation. She told the reporter, "It affected me because I felt the same way." She decided to marry him. She said, to raise awareness of the injustice of his plight. Plenty of serial killers have attracted mates, especially those with a high media profile. Carol Ann Boone became Ted Bundy's girlfriend while he went through his legal proceedings in Florida. She took every opportunity to describe how he was being unfairly railroaded.
Oh my God.
Even after he was convicted for 3 murders, Boone maintained her stance. During the penalty phase of his 1980 trial, she testified on his behalf. They exploited an old law and married in the courtroom just before he received his death sentence. Boone had a child.
I bet you
Boone had a child with Bundy, but eventually realized he was guilty. She took her child and moved away. So, wait, they had a conjugal visit?
That was allowed? Like, what?
So there is some poor, Bundy did have
conjugal
kids.
visit has a term for a reason because it's allowed, just not often.
It's just weird that they would allow him, the guy that killed
Imagine
multiple women,
being that kid and finding out you're only around because your mother was infatuated with the serial killer and you were the result of that. And your father is a notorious serial killer.
I bet that dude went to the playground and went down the old Suey slide.
What's her name? I'm gonna look up what the kid.
Just search
Carol
mother of
Carol Ann Boone, Boone. So women who have married serial killers have given several different reasons. Some believe they can change a man as cruel and powerful as a serial killer. I wouldn't use powerful as a fucking term. Others see the little boy. I put that in quotes, by the way. See the little boy that the killer once was and seek to nurture him. A few hope to share the media spotlight to get a book or movie deal. So
I can see that. That one makes a lot more sense to me. That one makes so much more sense to me.
What?
Speaking of that, I can tie this in really quick because I just looked it up. Rose Bundy is a daughter, and I was gonna say, like, y'all were talking about, like, imagine.
Well, he had kids.
That person.
He had kids with somebody else prior to this. He was married. But
this is Carol Ann Boone / children, Rose Bundy and James Boone. So Rose Bundy is the product of Carol and what the fuck is his name? Ted Bundy. Holy shit. Anyway, my first thought was, like, you are instantly born with book deals and whatever. Like you kind of, like, you can make some cash off of your name. And she did.
I bet she did.
She wrote some books, which are what, 2, 3, 3 books. The Serial Killer's Book of Haiku, the Serial Killer's Book of Tonka, and the Serial Killer's Book. What the fuck?
She's really just milking it.
Is she? I want to read it.
I guess
What do you mean?
The apple does not fall far from the tree, I guess.
Hold on.
These are weird.
Wait, hold on. If your parent was a psychopath, are you kind of genetically
You're more
like,
genetically predisposed to have tendencies of that, yes. Similar to any other mental health disorder.
I'm pretty sure all of Ted Bundy's kids are girls. I think he had all daughters.
Kind of neurological. It's kind of neurological as well. So like ADHD, for example, because it's a neurological thing, can be more predisposed to be passed down. So like bipolar, fucking schizophrenia. If you have family members that have had this, you're more likely to have it, especially if they're your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Bundy had 1 biological child, and it was Rose. Did he have stepkids?
Oh yeah, he did. So the daughters, the kids with his first wife weren't his.
Okay, so it's stepchildren.
Yes, that's what it was.
Oh, those are the ones that can make the real money right there.
Why? Because they were They were
living
with him
around when he was killing people.
Well, yeah, because they could grow up normal and not have to worry about, am I fucked up too?
Anyway,
or they're just like she's fucked up and she's like, I'm okay with this. I know that I'm fucked up.
So
I'm following my father's footsteps.
So there's also the notion of the perfect boyfriend, in quotes again. She knows where he is at all times.
Oh my God. Maybe that's why she's never been found, because she's a woman and she knows how to do it better.
Oh shit. She's a serial killer, but she does it better.
She's Dexter.
Killing serial killers?
Yeah. She's pissed at her father.
That'd be an interesting twist.
That's why there's so many serial killers that haven't been caught. Rose is just getting to them. That'd be cool as shit.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty dope. Like, you're just like my father.
That'd be so cool.
Like, daddy
is there a symbol just drops a rose too?
Daddy issues to the fucking nth degree.
Yeah.
So anyway,
she has a great fantasy.
Also, there's the notion about the perfect boyfriend in quotes, where she knows where he's at all times and he's thinking about her, of course, because you're surrounded by dudes. While she can claim that someone loves her, she does not have to endure the day-to-day issues involved with most relationships, because she can just not answer the phone. I know what that's like. There's no laundry to do, no cooking for him, no accountability to him, and she could keep the fantasy charged up for a long time. These wives often make significant sacrifices, sometimes sitting for hours every week to await a brief face-to-face visit in prison. They might give up jobs or families to be near their soulmate, and they certainly be spending money on him, perhaps all the money they have. The offender need not be attractive or hook a potential wife. One-eyed Henry Lee Lucas had his share of female admirers despite his supposed sexual relationships with drifter Otis Toole. I remember Henry Lee Lucas.
Yep.
Look up Henry Lee Lucas.
I did, and I'm like, oh, I've seen this guy before.
I'm going to pull it up for the viewers. Henry Lee Lucas. There's actually a whole fucking documentary about this guy too. He was called the Confession Killer. He confessed to hundreds, if not thousands, of murders, and like all of them were fake except one.
That sounds about right.
It's actually quite wild, because he said he was just like, I started liking the attention. It's like, I'd get out of my cell and they'd go get me Cokes and McDonald's. And
he also had
narcissistic as fuck.
He also had like the sheriff playing into it, because he was like, well, he's doing a good deed because he's helping solve crimes, but he wasn't helping solve anything.
No.
And let me show what
that sheriff just wanted to get. That sheriff just wanted notoriety.
Let me show the audience what this fucking dude looked like. He had missing teeth, one eye, well, like a fucking sleepy eye. Let me find.
You get the Forrest Whitaker eye.
Like, look at this fucking photo of the guy.
He's a peach.
He's a peach indeed. He also had like fucking. I'm trying to find the photo that they showed in the Netflix documentary a lot, because he had like. Oh, here it is.
Would say a ripe peach.
This fucking photo of the guy. Better yet, this is probably a bigger photo.
I'm adding this moment to the Blake twisting mustache clips.
Listen,
Montage.
Doc, if you don't stop.
So, he apparently still compelling as a mate. One woman married even devised a plot to free him by posing as a supposedly murdered former girlfriend, a girl that Lucas had confessed to strangling and cutting into pieces. Some mental health experts have compared infatuation with killers to extreme forms of fanaticism. They view such women as insecure females who cannot find love in normal ways, or as love avoidant females who seek romantic relationships that cannot be consummated, meaning they're unfuckable. Imagine being so like undesirable that like your only way to find love is a murderer, a serial killer.
Like I said, these
And I gotta say,
are the ones that will benefit.
I will be
AI.
honest. That's fucking depressing.
Very.
Because it's like,
Very.
man, God really fucking you won the lottery with that shit, didn't you? You know, where it's just like, not only are you like, you're so, I hate to say it, you're ugly, and no one wants you. So you pursue a serial killer because you know that they're a lonely person. I don't know.
Just fuck AI.
Yet, while it might be true in some cases, several devotees have strikingly beautiful, educated, and even married. Yeah, that's another thing. There are some very attractive women who have great lives, great marriages, and a good job and good education. And they still are like, I want the guy that murdered 15 women by cutting off their heads and fucking them. Like, you want that. Okay. Women attracted to killers, especially serial killers, are usually in their 30s or 40s. Although their motives for getting so passionately involved vary, they share in common a fierce sense of protection over the relationship. Some know that their incarcerated spouse is guilty. Others insist on their innocence, despite clear evidence to the contrary.
That's sad. That's all I can say is that's sad to like have the evidence in front of you and be like, no.
But it's guys are no different. They're like, this is an extreme example, but guys will go with the most crazy fucking female and be like, I like her.
You see it on female mugshots all the time. I can fix her.
That's actually science.
I'll take on her problems.
Science of sex appeal, but it actually goes both ways, has shown attractive people will also get less crime sentences because they're just attractive. They'll be like, oh, they didn't deserve this type of punishment. Whereas they'll compare, less desirable or uglier people that get the same crime, way harsher penalties. That's why, like, women, like, usually in some crimes, women will get lesser sentences than guys will because it's seen as like way more egregious for the guy to do it. But if a woman does it, it's like, oh, that's an anomaly, or that's kind of like an accident. Like, there's anomalies like this on both sides of the spectrum, right? I mean, a simple example can be, you see a woman catcalling a guy in public, right? Most people either, like, if they're the guy, they're like, stop it, or they just don't care, right? You reverse it, and most people are like, whoa, you pedo, you freaking assaultist, the fuck are you doing? Have some respect, right? It's the same situation.
And you see it in like whenever like, so like to the child predator thing, right? If you notice, a lot of the teachers that get hemmed up for preying on their students are female ones. And
nowadays, because
nowadays
now we're getting into the point where we're like, that's also not acceptable.
Yeah. And it's weird seeing the comments where like dudes are like, where were these fucking teachers when I was in school? Because they all looked like fucking Sylvester Stallone from the 80s.
I mean, that's to me, that's a valid statement still, because when we were kids, we would still view women as attractive. So we would still want like the hot teacher, right? And in our mind as a kid, we're like, where was this fucking teacher?
As a pubescent boy, where we're just like we're just like fucking full of testosterone, and all we want to do is fucking kill. Like, it's like, oh my god, she's so fucking hot, and then you see in the comments, it's like, all that dude's classmates are pissed off at him for telling, but at the same time, it's like those are still children. And that is still an adult.
That's also true, yes.
And it's like, why are you guys being so accepting of this because she's an attractive female? Because if it was,
I literally think of the movie That's My Boy.
I don't remember. Oh,
with
yeah.
Sam Sandler.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's
where everybody, he's just a celebrity in his hometown. He gets whatever he wants. I know all the people are like, this is why she went to prison.
Yeah, it's like she's still a predator. She's still a criminal, like a child predator. And like, just because they're fucking boys doesn't make it any better, honestly. It's just
as weird as it is, I think that movie does portray that mindset in a very accurate but funny way.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's true, because it's like boys look at, like, as males look at the female predator very differently than what we would look at, because it's like, if you really you break it down, it truly is the same as like if this was your daughter and that was her male gym teacher. How would you feel? You'd want to kill him. So why are you so accepting about it that it's the female teacher and your son?
Oh, it's like Joe Rogan actually had a joke about this, where like in Hollywood, he's like, all these women that had to do all these disgusting things to get these parts. They're like, you want to beat the shit out of that guy. But if a guy had to suck a dick to get a part, you're like, hey man, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't feel bad. You're like, yo, did you suck the dick? What happened?
So 5 reasons why women love true crime. And this is from women who love true crime.
Wait, what?
It's the BBC one.
Where are we at here? Oh, Big Black Hawk. Got it.
Yeah. So
I was on my other one. I can't wait for the next one.
We are currently inundated with true crime stories, whether TV documentaries about the Yorkshire Ripper, the murder trial of Jill Dando, and the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. Netflix series such as Making a Murderer, or podcasts such as Serial, Teacher's Pet, and My Favorite Murder. There's a huge market for these real-life crime stories around the world. Producers of the podcast Serial have said that it's the first series. Its first series has been downloaded more than 175 million times. And there are 3 dedicated true crime TV channels in the UK that reach over 5 million people per month.
Oh, that makes sense now.
In many of these areas, the audience skews female. For example, the UK audience who watch TV on True Crime's Sony Crime Channel are predominantly female. And the audience of All Killa No Filla podcasts about serial killers is 80 to 85% female. According to its co-host, Rachel Fairburn. And it's also, I noticed that a lot of the hosts and co-hosts are also women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's never any male ones. I almost want to experiment and just do no, I don't want to do too many fucking podcasts. I'll just say, make a male true crime podcast and see how many people listen to it. Because
there's Mr. Ballin.
Yeah, Mr. Ballin's a good one.
Has he been doing
and
it
for a while? He has been going for quite a while.
Long
or a
time.
couple, or at least since 2020, because I'm pretty sure he blew up.
But is it men like us? That's the question.
I mean, he's a SEAL. A SEAL. Is a SEAL.
What were you gonna say, Blake?
I don't know how they determine that. I was gonna say I had someone comment on my video, and they're like, "I only post true crime, and 90% of my viewership is female."
Yeah, it's 100% true. So in 2020, a 2010 study also found that women enjoy true crime books more than men. Of course, men don't like books anyway. Women like books more than men. Also, they're
smut books,
smutty dark romance books. And I know Kate's one of them, because
it's always the weirdest fucking things too.
Yeah, it's just like the dragon fairy bent her over. It's just like,
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
I went downstairs the other day and Steph was like listening to one on YouTube. She acted like the child that almost got caught jerking off in the fucking like your parent walks in, you're like, oh, just shut the laptop. You're like, what are you doing? Nothing.
it's
She's changed the channel so fucking fast, dude. I'm like, what are you watching?
It is the complete opposite in my house. We'll just be hanging out and I hear Kate listening to one of her books. And it's just like, he breathed on my neck and touched me on the pussy. And you're just like, oh my God. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm listening to one of my books. I'm like, all right.
This filth.
his wings expanded and I gushed.
His wings expanded and I gushed in my pants.
And I was like,
hold on. I hear her, she goes, oh.
See? I don't know what it is. Like, it's just like women love the fucking book shit. I mean, it's funny
because guys are
like,
more visual.
You think that like when a person who likes to read books, you're like, oh wow, you like to read. You must be very educated. It's just like, yeah, and like weird fantasy sex, like.
But women like the intelligent aspect more. Like they like to imagine, where men are more visual. That's why we watch more porn.
I did a Halloween night, went over to a friend's house, right? And we did a Jeopardy night. And one of our buddies did like, so it was us and our wives and stuff sitting there doing Jeopardy, put the board together. And one of them was a smut category, right?
Oh,
his wife was like, you're putting this in the Jeopardy board so we can kick y'all's ass.
There's more to there's more to that category.
He
was like sub smut.
No, it was just like in this book, someone said it's just Jeopardy. And it was just,
oh, got you.
Yeah.
The smut was the category. Got you.
Smut was the category. And he fucked it up, right? And everything that they said, it was wrong. And then they all fact checked him to find out that they were actually right. But on one of them, and Papa Meat came in fucking clutch here because he has a video where he talks about smut. And one of the books that he reads a passage from is a book that he put on the Jeopardy board. And it was like, what sport was like the main like background of this book, this author's book? And I immediately hit the buzzer and I was like, hockey. And everybody looked at me and they're like, how the fuck did you know that? And I'm like, I watch a lot of Papa Meat. And he read some of the book to us on the video.
Dude, yeah, smut books are, I think Alicia has read a couple. I don't think she's as into them. Most of the books that she's reading, I don't understand what they are. They're more of like, connecting mind to body and shit like that. But it's not ever smut. Like, I don't think she reads
more intelligent smut.
Or if she is reading smut, she's not telling me.
She's definitely probably not telling you.
I don't know why.
At first, I never knew.
I don't know. It's strange.
And now I can see a cover and go, that's smut.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, because of TikTok, now I know what a fucking dirty book looks like.
What is she reading? Can you name off some of the...
No.
I'll tell you.
No.
Kate's got about, I think, 200 on her library.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
We have a whole, like...
You know what's funny? If a guy had, like, a porn collection of, like, 200 videos, they'd be like, you're a sick person.
Yeah, that's true. That's just one of those dichotomies now.
And women could have like 200 books of just pure porn, but in words. And it's
because
like,
it's a book. You're like,
because it's a book
educated.
It's a book and the pictures are in your brain and not on the page. Like, that's okay. But if you have like 200 fucking porn mags or porn movies or something like that, like, you're
a creep.
You're a fucking weirdo and you have a problem. It's the same way of like dudes having sex toys is weird and girls having sex toys is normal.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair,
that's gone down a little bit in recent times, though.
Well, yeah, but also to be fair, it's like, what sex toys do dudes have?
Fleshlights.
Yeah, we have like a fake vagina,
or like those,
something
like,
to put on our ass.
Like those like spankable asses, like the
Dude,
jelly
those
ones. I'm talking about.
Okay, so don't ask me why I know what they look
The
like in
silicone.
person, but you would be
All you have to do is
surprised,
walk into a second, and you'll see
dude.
'em.
You would be surprised on how uncomfortably small those are.
Mhm.
They like no joke. They're like probably this big. They're tiny.
You realize that you can get them sized.
Yeah, but if you just go to like a sex shop and buy them, like they're all one
yeah.
size. They're all really
Fatal.
small. Like they're like check this
I've
dude's
seen
fucking
them.
hard drive type small.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've
I
also
don't
seen the
know.
ones where you go in and they just have the doll like in the corner ready for purchase, and it's just
Blow up.
and you're
doll?
like, that's weirdly that looks. I don't
It's
like.
not a
that
blow.
makes me
So
uncomfortable.
blow up doll is what they used to be. Now they're straight up silicone.
Yeah, they are haunting.
They
To
look
look at.
they look like fucking props. Like
They look and
Halloween
feel
props.
so real.
they're like Halloween props
It's-
with a fuckable pussy and big tits. It's weird.
It's that.
That's all
but
we gotta do is
silicone
add
with
some AI
babies.
to it. I'm telling you.
Like that face. That face is what. Is that fun to look at?
Imagine
Just add some
but
hair. Add some hair. and
face,
there
but-
we go.
but-
Just go
Yeah,
go to town.
Imagine a face like that, but the mouth is like
Little open. Yeah,
it's not
With
all.
long hair.
No, it's not open like that. It's like slightly open.
that's why I said a little open. Like
Like
Well, yeah, because you gotta stretch it. You need that friction.
you need the friction, yeah. And then you can like plug them in and they warm up. It's all weird and shit.
How did we get here? How did we get down this
its
hole?
eyes go two different ways.
I know,
One's
I know.
up and one's down.
I know he's got fucking weird eyes.
How did we get here?
Because we were talking about books. So what's driving the obsession with true crime, and why are women consuming it more true crime than the opposite sex? As part of a special program, BBC Radio 4's Women Hour, they recently launched a crime monthly magazine, Criminologist. So here are 5 reasons why, coming from the women, of why.
You just like fuck that whole paragraph.
I mean, it's just naming people.
I know.
Here are 5 reasons why women, this is coming from the women, of why they're obsessed with true crime. Fear of crime. So there's a certainty that there's certainly something that is driving women to consume true crime in large numbers. It may be
Which will go into our next article as well, which
Yes.
I'm very excited for.
Yes. That what the effect of true crime has on the mind.
Mhm.
So it may well be connected to the very interesting contradiction that exists around fear and crime for women, that while women are far less likely to be a victim of a crime, they're extremely likely to express high levels of fear of crime.
It's similar to when you watch nothing but the news, right? All you see is just shit, catastrophe all around you, right? Because you see nothing but negative. So when you're seeing nothing but murder or consuming nothing but the murder,
Mardar.
all you're gonna look for is that around you. You're literally gonna catastrophize everything. That's all you're gonna see. You're gonna be on the lookout for it because your brain is like, oh, I gotta worry about this. Oh my god.
What if crime actually isn't real, and we're all in a simulation?
We had that episode.
I know. This
If you
is
want
the
to watch more on
simulation.
that, watch our last episode.
Yeah.
Looping content. We got a loop, which is like a circle.
It's right here.
So when we experience heightened
And
levels,
we're back.
Yeah, and we're back. When we experience heightened levels of fear, we can often seek comfort in facing these issues head on. We have always turned to crime storytelling as a way to better understand the moral limits of our society. Perhaps for women, there's a desire to satiate the fear by turning to these stories. Women
Like
are-
they say that like we live in such a dangerous time. We actually live in the most safe time of all throughout any time of history.
So the number 2 reason, compassion for victims. As women, because all these other ones are just like, oh, we're just so afraid of it, but we want to see it head on. Like we want to know what to expect. It's facing our fear.
We're towing a line there.
So compassion for victims, as women tend to be predominantly the people who are victims of murders. I think it's a huge element of compassion for the victims. And they do.
That's not true.
Well, this person says we do have a lot of compassion for victims.
No, I meant the victim of murders. That's not true.
They said they put themselves in the position of the victim's families, especially if the victim is a woman and there's a real emotional jolt for emotional reaction. Fascination with motive. I think it's natural to have an interest in things that are so horrific, which fascination with motives is mine. Like, I want to know what the fuck made this person do this. Terrible murders should be so far out of the remit of anything you would do. That you should have a natural interest in them to think, why would somebody do that? I wouldn't do that. What has driven this person to do it?
That's the exact, like you just said. That I feel like that might be the most common reason as to why people consume true crime. Because you're just like, why? Like, what the fuck happened to you? You know what I mean?
I can understand
this
that.
fourth reason is one that actually I resonate with, because this is a big reason why I like to consume true crime. Providing puzzles to work out. I am very interested in how the investigation went, what evidence they gathered, how they gathered it, what drove them to narrow it down, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love puzzles. So particularly with,
by the way,
what?
Do think for an episode, if we ever can get together, I do want to go to Target and get one of those.
Yeah, you told me about this
true crime thing. I'm just reiterating it. Like, I think that'd be like a perfect thing for us to do in an in-person episode. Anyway,
I'm sorry. Are we not coming to your wedding next year?
I'm not doing a podcast on the week of my wedding, dude.
No, he's going to be too fucking busy. By the way, I'm still waiting for my invite.
That we have them. We fucked up the invites a little bit. We're waiting. We're getting a little business card for the RSVP thing. We didn't. Yeah, they're not going out till like the end of this month, and then everybody's getting theirs.
Okay, we're kind of tight here, man.
I know.
I gotta plan this fucking trip.
Did I not give you the date?
You gave. You're gonna have to give it to me again. Date, location, all that shit. Date, time, location.
April something.
So anyway, particularly with unsolved cases, which I do really like unsolved cases, particularly with unsolved cases, people do like to be armchair detectives. They like to sit there and go, I think this person did it, or this person didn't do it because of these reasons. This person agrees, says women like intangible things. They think a lot. I'm not saying men don't, but they like to work things out, often think about things quite deeply, and obviously there's a big aspect in that with true crime, especially in unsolved cold case type documentaries or podcasts. There's a lot to think about. And the last one is escapism. It might sound strange when you're thinking about crime, but it's something that I think all women understand, that although there's a perceived threat of violent crime, often the reality is minuscule, thank God.
So statistically, men are more the victims of murders.
Yes.
I just want to throw that out there.
Well,
this woman was completely wrong.
Statistically,
of murders.
Yes. Well, because like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yes. Women are more statistically more likely to be killed by a serial killer.
By an intimate partner or somebody of like a sexual nature.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like the victims of, I meant to say the victims of a serial killer are more likely to be women than men. But if and here's the other thing, if the victims are men, they're more likely gay men.
Yes.
It's very rare. It's very rare for like, and then if they're not a gay, like the commonality between victims of male victims and serial killers is either the killer is gay, and a lot of the victims are too. And I say a lot because there are a lot of times where he'll kill a person that isn't gay. But like John Wayne Gacy was one. There's a few other ones too. This one is the one that Doc was waiting for. Watching too much true crime can be bad for your mental health.
Yes.
Before we dive into this, I think of a meme whenever I hear that, where it's like honey, I am very anxious today. It's like, oh, what'd you do? She goes, I watched about 6 hours of true crime and drank 2 pots of coffee.
Fuck.
No shit.
No wonder why. Yeah. I'm anxious. Why? I'm hyped up on caffeine and murder. Like, oh, that'll do it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like when you watch a horror movie and you're like, I'm having nightmares.
That's
Wow,
it's the same for fucking service members, particularly ones that are in combat MOSs. Is like, I am anxious and on edge and on fucking hyper vigilant all the time, and I don't know why. It's like, well, because for the last 4 to 20 years, anywhere between 4 and 20 years of your life, you were in a constant state of heightened awareness and go, and that's like, you can't turn it off. You cannot turn that off. You can manage
and then
it.
nothing is happening. You're like, I don't know what to do with my time.
Yeah, and you don't know. And then I don't know what to do with my hands, Ricky Bobby.
And then everybody in the barracks starts beating the shit out of each other, and people wonder why they fight.
And they wonder why barracks parties, like, dudes are just fucking each other up and getting blasted. It's because we don't have we don't have a war to give ourselves an outlet, so we must do something. And between going to the strip club and fighting, there isn't anything else, because we can't just kill.
Yeah.
We can't have combat, so we make mutual combat in the barracks.
Yeah.
All right, so some women consume hours of true crime shows and podcasts have reported suffering from hypervigilance or reluctance to leave the house, so agoraphobia. When watching true crime on television, how much is too much? It depends on the individual. A psychologist at the Cleveland Clinic said, for some people, she says, watching too much can undermine their mental health. This doctor is talking about true crime shows such as Snapped and Forensic Files, as well as fictional crime dramas, often based on real life cases such as Law and Order. I fucking hate crime dramas because it is always so wrong. I mean, like, think of CSI. How often was cum on things?
All the time.
All the time. Like, literally, there was cum and spit on everything. Like, just every crime had cum and spit.
Which is, ew.
Like, just, it's like, I don't think everybody that's committing a murder is spitting and jerking off. Like,
imagine just getting to your first crime scene as an investigator.
Where's
and
the
you're
cum?
like, there's no semen anywhere.
Why don't
we found a single drop of semen?
Did anybody check for a semen sample? I'm like, sir, this is an armed robbery.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine though the flip side of that? You go and you go, oh my god, they weren't kidding.
They were there's cum all over the cash register
everywhere.
There's cum on the cash register. What the fuck?
And it's when the cash register just like, oh, that was me.
It's petty crime, and you're like, here you go, Miss Jenkins. Here's your handbag that guy stole. There's a lot of cum on it. I don't know why.
We found the guy. How'd you find him? DNA evidence. It's semen all over it.
We gotta have these guys semen.
Trail. He was passed out and sticking his hand.
You want to
have evidence of these guys' DNA on file to even test for it.
Do you want to know what show really embodies like what actually happens in murder cases? The first 48.
Yeah, because after that, nobody gives a fuck.
Because two things fucking happen, right? The first one is that someone confesses or tells on somebody and they catch the guy. The second thing that happens, we don't know who the fuck did it because no one's talking and they never find the guy. I am so surprised at how many people get away with murder. And it's not even like a good murder. It's like just kicked in a door and shot somebody in the face and left. It's like the most basic. And it's just like, you would think there's some fucking evidence on that, right? Well, yeah, there is. But most of the evidence that they collect is testimony. It's not even like physical. Most of the physical evidence is just, it leads to one point, and that point is typically a dead end. And then testimony.
Pretty sure Tom Segura has a whole bit on this.
He does. Yes. But it is true. Like me and Alicia were watching First 48, and she's like, they just didn't find the guy. And no, they did not figure out who it was. They
got other crimes and shit to solve.
But also, it's not that they give up on it. It's just after the first 48 hours are like the hot period of a homicide. But most homicides do not get, most homicides do get solved pretty quick, but a good number of those also don't get resolved for months because it takes time for people to come forward. or in other cases, like the person who did this fucks up and they get caught, and then they just happen to tie him to that.
Mhm.
And it's very often like this. And I've noticed that none of the first 48 murders are random. They're always someone that knew the person that was killed.
Mhm.
It kind of puts it in perspective of like, what are your odds of just randomly getting murdered? Very, very, very low.
Very low.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think it's like 99 point something percent of homicides are from someone that they knew. And
Mhm.
and almost all of that is tied into criminal activity of some kind.
Same with grapes.
Same with grapes. Like, it's not typically the person that does it is someone that the victim knows, but not with the graping part, but the homicide part is typically the homicide is tied into the act of a criminal activity in progress, right? So it's like drug deal gone bad, or someone ripped somebody off for money or something else, and just like a feud of some kind. That is like that's all of them. There's not a single, there might be, and I just haven't seen it yet, but there isn't a single first 48 case where the murder was completely fucking random.
Yeah.
And if it is random, it's more of like robbery gone wrong. And the victim didn't know the perpetrator, and it was just like that went wrong, and that person is now a victim.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. But it's usually in the act of a criminal activity where this happens. It's never just like this person was stabbed to death and dumped in a fucking in a landfill, and we have no idea who the fuck did this.
Which is why serial killers are so fascinating.
And that's why,
because it's just like there's no other reason. You just did it.
Yes,
like, what?
That's why serial killers are so fascinating, because the only motive is that they just wanted to do it. They don't know this person, and and they also don't get caught right away, because typically how a serial killer gets caught is their pattern. Their pattern is what leads to them getting caught. If there's no pattern, you can't tie those murders together.
Have you guys ever looked into the coincidences? I think Tom Segura talked about this too, of the murders that coincide with Garth Brooks and his concerts, or the missing.
Yes. Missing people in Garth Brooks concerts.
Love that conspiracy. I really, really do. Rest in peace to the victims of actual murders. But just the fact that there's a conspiracy out there that Garth Brooks is a serial killer. I like to believe it.
I like
just because it's so crazy.
I like that.
Where are the bodies, Garth?
My sensible side is like Garth Brooks isn't a serial killer.
He's in the perfect position to get away with it.
It's a huge coincidence, and
it's
enjoy
also
the idea.
But it's also interesting that if you really watch Garth Brooks, there's something deeper going on with that man. And you can see
we need to do a whole episode.
There's so many fucking comedy shows that do that already. However, I will say this. There's also a theory that Tom Segura could be a killer. Because ever since he moved to Austin, there have been a lot of missing people of the same demographic and murders in the same area. So there's been this theory that there's a serial killer in Austin. And oddly enough, it started when Tom moved to Austin.
Are all the victims poor by chance?
No, they're just bar hoppers typically. Like dudes going to the bar.
Drifters, people that nobody's going to miss.
I think they're college age males typically.
Okay. So relatively, they're not rich. Tom Segura is outspoken for his
hatred to poor people.
For poor people. Yeah. So
it's actually why a lot of people don't watch this shit anymore.
Is because he said that and everybody's poor?
Well, it'd be one thing. It started off as kind of like a bit, but then I think it's kind of devolved into this is actually what he feels.
There's got to be more to it. It's not just like I hate poor people. It's there's reasoning behind it. It's like usually when people are like I don't like homeless people. It's not that you fucking hate homeless people. It's you probably dislike the ones that are like on the street corner begging you, or you hate the interactions of having to go through with them, or like everywhere you go downtown, you're like, hey, can I get some money for the bus? You're like, you're not going to the bus, motherfucker.
I had one that was like, I gotta get to the VA. And he's got like this lanyard around, and it's like, this is my VA ID, and I'm like, that's not a VA ID, but see you later.
Yeah, like so like reasons like that where I think there's something deeper to where it could be politically based, because generally historically, like lower income people are more prone to accepting of things like communism, for example, because they don't have as much and they would have more in that environment.
Is there a delay on him for you?
Talk.
Yeah.
A little bit. Minute delay, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you have a little delay.
Your voice and your video, you got video delay. I had a man begging for money on his sign. I think it was like anything helps, or maybe there was a reference to food on there. I don't know, but I was like, you know what? I don't have any cash on me. But I was in high school, by the way. I was like, I don't have any cash on me, but it's hot as shit in Florida, middle of summer. It's 98 degrees outside. I'm going to go get you a few giant bottles of water, some food, a soda. I even went to the McDonald's next to the gas station, got him a couple cheeseburgers.
And let me guess, he didn't want it.
And I run up to him. I gave it to him, and he went, thanks. And just shoved it in his bag.
Had that happened to me in Chicago. Me and my brother went to a concert in Chicago, and we wanted to eat McDonald's, and it was just like, I don't know how to get there. And this dude was like, oh man, I'll show you guys how to get there. And me and my brother just followed this dude on his bicycle to the McDonald's, and I looked at my brother, and I was just like, if he leads us something weird, we're killing him, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Like honestly, the reason that I have a
hang on, I'm not done.
Strong dislike. Oh, okay.
And so he eventually did lead us to a McDonald's, and I was just like, oh, thanks, man. And I was like, I said, you want anything? You want anything to eat? He's like, I mean, if you give me like $20 or something like that. I was like, I don't have cash on me, but I can, for your troubles, like if you can, I'll buy you some food. And he's like, no, that's okay.
At least he wouldn't like spit in your face or something. Some people be doing that. They're like,
Yeah.
I said $1, bitch.
How dare you try to feed me?
Fucking scary movie. I said $1, bitch.
There's a guy.
Boom.
There's a guy here.
Sandwich.
There's a guy here in Seguin panhandling, and his sign says, "We'll fight your ex for $20."
Nice.
I was like, I might actually.
I might sending addresses,
dude. Fuck yeah. What were you saying, Doc? Before, like when you were cutting me off.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. That time it literally sounded like you were done.
It did.
There was a long pause there. I had to work in a homeless shelter for part of my clinicals for becoming a mental health tech, and I didn't really have an opinion of homeless people other than like, wow, it's really unfortunate. But this situation. I've never met so many people that have
that's
nothing.
Really unfortunate.
I've never met so many people that have nothing that are so fucking ungrateful to get anything.
Dude, I know.
And I have attitudes. I'm like, motherfucker.
Here's the thing.
I don't think we can be picking and choosing right now. Like, you got an attitude with me for giving you the sandwich? Piece of shit.
I know this
and
doesn't...
they also have really nice phones. That blew my mind.
That too. Well, those phones are usually provided through the county. But I've also noticed this. And I'm not saying this goes for every homeless person, because I know that there are a lot of homeless people out there that they truly can't take care of themselves, and they have no family to take care of them, and they're not in the state to understand when someone's trying to help them. And then there's a few of them that are out there that are genuinely homeless because of just fucking pure happenstance, that their circumstances brought them to that and are willing to accept the help. But an overwhelming number of them are there because it's their fucking fault.
And yeah, I would say
they don't want help. They don't want help. They want shit given to them, so they continue to do their bullshit.
I have one more interaction with a homeless person story. I was coming home from the bars with my buddy. This is in Florida still. We are on our beach cruisers, just cruising. And this is when, have y'all seen Dracula Flow?
No.
Okay, you'll have to look it up after this. It's this old dude who like looks like Dracula, and they kind of like, it looks like they Sharpied a Dracula like V on like down low onto his forehead.
Fucking God.
And these like dudes are just like giving him lines to just randomly say. It's hilarious. It's really funny. But one of them was like, one of the lines was like, "Oh, the president fronted me a brick and he says I still owe him," or some weird shit like that. And we're on our bikes and we're cruising. It's dark. We're cruising and we're just saying that. We're quoting Dracula Flow, and I say the president fronted me a brick part, and I hear from the trees, "Fuck Donald Trump." And I'm like, what?
Not at all what I meant, but all right.
From
I
trees.
said nothing about Donald Trump. I said nothing about any of that.
You
I
said
just
the president fronted me
Donald Trump.
You said the president fronted me a brick.
Yeah, that's all I said. And he yells that. A couple weeks later, the cops come by and clear out the woods of all the homeless people and throw away all of their shit.
Oh my God.
Because the woods were right in front of like apartment complexes and people's houses. It's just like a strip of woods. But yeah, apparently too, we looked up the report. There were so many like H needles and fucking crazy shit in that tree line.
I'm sure there
You ever
was.
notice there's far more homeless men than there are homeless women?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because dude, I mean, let's be honest. Like, look at like a single dude's apartment versus a female's apartment.
We can
Where,
get
like,
by
I
with
live
like
off a lot
nothing.
less.
We can live off so little. And it's funny.
Dude,
'cause I
dudes-
see women's TikTok be like, "This is what a man's apartment looks like," and they're all disgusted by it. And it's like a fucking lawn chair and a TV with a game console. And it's like women hate to see men live happy with a simple life.
Our place
What's the problem?
is like slowly getting put together. And I told Kate the other day, I was like, it's really nice having you around. This place looks really, really good.
Alicia
I was like,
told
if it
me-
was just me still, it'd be a lawn chair and this big ass TV and a game system, and that would be it. And she was like, "You're a weird guy."
Alicia,
You were at my apartment
you had a
in
couch.
Great Lakes, right?
Yeah, you had a
I had a
couch.
couch, but like, you remember how bare it was?
Yeah, I mean, it made
Yeah.
sense. You were technically a single soldier living in base housing, like in an apartment.
Sailor.
Never been a soldier.
Sailor.
Never been.
Sailor. Sorry.
Get it right.
Sorry.
Get it right.
You fucking seaman. But yeah, like it was just, but it makes sense. It's like we don't need. Like even when I was single, I had two couches in my living room and a coffee table, and that was pretty much it for furniture and a bed. And like I had stuff because like my brother was getting rid of stuff and I needed stuff in my house. But like yes, like men can live with like we don't need things. But even Alicia was just like your house definitely needed a woman's touch because you had nothing. So you were drinking Folgers coffee with Coffee Mate powdered creamer, and you had like 4 spoons.
What's the problem?
I don't know. I mean, now I couldn't drink that shit anymore because I've bougified myself.
I see no problems here.
Hang on, we're getting way off track, and I still have to finish this.
Yeah.
And
Welcome
Doc,
to the rabbit hole protocol.
and Doc was so excited about this particular article, and we've literally not talked about it.
That's not true. We've gone down related rabbit holes about it.
Anyway, so if you're constantly reading about the terrible things that happen to other people, it starts to feel like we're back on the psychological effects of true crime. It feels like that it's everywhere, even when it's actually quite rare, she said. Stories about serial killers are so popular, but in terms of actual crime stats, people are much more likely to be harmed by somebody they know, somebody in their own family, or somebody close to them than a random stranger. The crimes get focused on lead to a distorted perception of what danger really looks like.
Yes.
Often, people don't realize when they're consuming true crime because of the behavioral effects of can be good at first. The positive effect of true crime is that it teaches us to be aware of our surroundings. But some people take such vigilance so far and begin to be frightened by normal everyday occurrences. Hypervigilance is when you're extra jumpy, everything scares you. You think that there's a killer around every corner, and you think that every white van has a killer in it. My whole issue is that I often think someone's going to try to break into my fucking house and rob me.
Mhm.
So I check all my locks on my doors, and I have a gun on me at all fucking times. I have a gun right here. In fact, like I have a handgun with me everywhere I go. 99% of the time that you see me, there is a gun with me.
I used to be the same way, and the only reason I'm not is because I have children in the house now. So I don't want to be walking around the house with a firearm on me 24/7, scaring the shit out of them, being like, "Why are you doing this?"
I pretty much have a gun in every single room.
I need a basement gun.
I have a gun next to me. I have a gun in my fucking office. I have a gun outside that door. I have a gun, 2 guns in my bedroom. And then this one I take with me everywhere I go.
I have a few. I could probably bring my AR down here. I think it'd be a good basement.
Down in the basement. See, the only reason why I've considered driving to your wedding is because like I don't want to fly with my gun.
I can't drive there.
Yeah, you're stuck with that.
Understandable.
But I'm actually I am gonna fly, but I might check it in with my check-in.
Yeah, it's not hard. I checked in a case of like 5 guns one time, and they literally just said, because I looked up and double checked that I had everything done properly inside the lockbox, and they were like, "We have to go check it. Just go sit over there." 5 minutes later, someone comes out and they're like, "You can go to your plane." I was like, "Okay, cool, thanks."
What is the process? What do you have to do?
So you take it through look it up to correct me if I'm wrong. I think I might have
In your check-in or your carry-on?
Well, I can't remember if I checked it or took it to TSA. I think I took it to TSA so that way they could check it over there where like the metal detectors are. But again, verify and look it up before you do. But I think I took it there and gave it to them, and I was like, "Hey, these are firearms." And they were like, "All right, we're gonna go back and look at it." And they opened it, looked at it, and just made sure like everything was whatever. And they also checked my bags a little further, and like did the whole inspection thing, which took 2 minutes. They just were looking for any loose rounds or anything. And then yeah, like I had to sit on a bench for an extra 5 minutes, and then a TSA agent came out and they were like, "Hey, you're good." I don't know what they're looking at. They took it into another room, like, and I wasn't allowed to go back there. So I assumed that they were just doing whatever the TSA gods decide. I have no fucking clue what they look for, because I'm like, they're empty, dude. And I don't think I had live rounds with it either. I don't think you can even fly with. I don't think you can put live rounds in there. I'm not sure though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you guys have any irrational fears?
Look it up though. You might.
You
might be
irrational fear.
I have one where, like, I'm afraid, not really afraid, but like a fear randomly, like getting murdered in the shower.
I don't think that's irrational, because irrational is a place of like it cannot. There's no possibility.
No, because I have a shower gun. So.
Oh my god,
shower gun. Do you see my underwear gun video?
No,
I thought it was funny.
No, I haven't seen fucking angry shit lately.
I thought you'd get a kick out of it, Brock.
I'll have to watch it. Anyway, so Monroe's the author of a 2019 book, Savage Appetites, 4 True Crime Stories of Women, Crime, and Obsession. The story links 4 archetypes of the genre: detective, victim, defender, killer, to observe the cultural fascination with crime, especially by women. There are true crime magazines from the 1940s and 1950s that catered to men with gangster stories, she says.
Those are fun.
Today's true crime is more often about the murderer next door, so I think the domestic context is kind of aimed at the female audience, so that's who consumes it. Monroe worries that as a society we glamorize murderers even if we condemn them. So I think certainly women who consume that culture are just as susceptible as the rest of us to that kind of finding and fascination.
On the other hand, Alicia?
No, maybe a little bit. On the other hand, women's fascination in true crime videos and podcasts may drive the figure of how we protect themselves. In true crime consumption, as a detective mechanism published by the July 2021 issue of Archives of the Sexual Behavior, authors noted that younger women, those who live in neighborhoods seen as dangerous, are those who have previously been assaulted, among other factors, were more likely to worry about being attacked, the journal reported. Women who were more fearful of grape reported consuming true crime media with a greater frequency and indicated that his consumption was specifically motivated by the desire to learn strategies to prevent or escape an attack. Another article published noted that true crime podcasts on interpersonal violence indeed had some educational value, especially since they commonly depicted controlling behaviors, emotional abuse, and coercive control, so abusive spouse. Although the podcast did not explain the conditions in society that permit abuse, the journal said that it added the podcast provided a much more realistic portrayal of IPV than traditional news sources. Childs pointed out, however, that overconsumption of anything can be bad for our mental or physical health. If you have too much water or too much food, it can be a bad thing, she said. So it's so important to exercise moderation in everything. Fear of socialization is an extreme side effect of hypervigilance, which I have this. This goes, I don't have a fear of it. I just really don't like being in crowds. I don't like going to events where there's a lot of people. This goes back to being suspicious of everybody, even your own friends and colleagues. In true crime television, there's a lot of backstabbing and betrayal. Spouses murder spouses, friends kill friends. While it's true that real-life murders are often committed by people the victim knew, the fact that may make it difficult for those who overconsume crime shows to trust some of the people they know and love, and in extreme cases can lead to them to shut themselves out from the world. Of course, there's a difference between choosing not to associate with friends because they are engaging in potentially dangerous behavior and choosing to not associate with them because of sudden seem suspicious, the red flag thing. Child says that the latter can cause us to misjudge others. The latter might cause us to misjudge others. We might start to treat people differently, even people who did nothing wrong other than they look like somebody we saw in this true crime show. Such behavior can cause rifts in our relationships who are close to us or even extend to strangers on the street. That's where we go into isolation and not wanting to be around people, keeping ourselves or not speaking to people. We might not want to cross the street when we see someone who looks suspicious. So
Don't
when you've been
be suspicious. Don't
Yes.
be suspicious.
So yes, overconsumption of true crime can be a major factor in like your mental health, and to lead as far as just like avoiding everybody, even people that you are close to you.
Yeah. Which is like it feels like a no shit thing to like say, but it also isn't for people that are like, why am I so anxious all the time? I don't understand.
you're not
but I do love
doing
watching
it.
true crime, and it's like they're not understanding that their overconsumption of it is causing it, right?
Yeah, you're not noticing it as you're doing it. It's just something that's happening.
It's a gradual thing. I mean, like Brock said earlier, like when you're in the military, especially in a combat arms MOS, like you don't graduate from boot camp and you're immediately like on edge all the time. No one is.
It's the
You're
years
still more of a high school kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, after years of like, all right, we could go to war at any time. We need to learn how to clear rooms today. Okay, now we need to learn buddy rushes. Okay, now you need to learn how to fucking put shots on target even better. Your spread's like this. Let's get everybody's down to here, so that way this, and that's just it becomes all you think about.
And then when you get stationed overseas, like that's amplified because when I was in Italy. Yeah. ISIS was such a huge thing. ISIS was actively making their presence known outside of our base. So we knew that they were there. So we had to constantly keep our eye on everybody. We're in a foreign country. We're American soldiers. We are 100% stand out in the crowd. We're easy targets because we're the most identifiable fucking target out there. And these dudes are everywhere. And they're not everywhere. There was like a handful of them there, but like you just didn't know, right? So keep an eye out for anything that seems super out of the ordinary. So it was constant, had to be hyper vigilant, had to always know what's different from when I normally come here and all that shit.
Well, it's funny. Same thing when we were in Malaysia. We got there and they were like, oh, by the way, just on the other side of the island, ISIS trains here. They have a camp. Whatever, and we're like, what? And we slept in the woods there on the beach for a couple days, and we would hear like an animal in the bush, and everybody would kind of just go. And we asked them too. We're like, "Do we have ammo in case like they get weird word and want to get frisky or whatever?" And they're like, "We got
No.
a couple mags for an M9." And we're like, "Oh, okay."
So nothing.
So everybody
got it.
had like everyone kept their knives on themselves, like just in case. You never know, because you really don't. Like you truly do not know. You don't know what they're gonna do, especially an extremistic organization.
And it happened. It actually happened not to me, but it happened after, like literally the day after I went to Rome. My ex went to Rome with me, and I told her this is when ISIS was like all over Europe. They were doing it, and their attacks were like escalating at this point. I told her, I'm like, you really need to stay by me because we're in a very big tourist place, and you are a white American girl, and you are not safe here. Like, this is not the States. Like, you are a target. And just for the mere fact that you are an American, like you're a white American, and you are now, like, you're not at home, you are a target.
People could just
I'm
take
in
it off the
danger.
street there.
Yeah,
Like-
people just not even just taking off the street, but like for an attack of like with ISIS, it's like bonus points because there's an American right there.
Yeah.
So I told her, stay by me, don't fucking wander off. And what does she do? She gets mad at me because I'm walking too fast, and she wandered off because she was tired of trying to play catch up. I was staying ahead of her, but like not by far. I was like obviously like looking behind me to make sure she was still there, but I was like kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It was me just like playing point man in a way.
Red flag.
And women in the fucking TikTok
They believe
trends,
that.
the TikTok trends always say that like, you know, like my man always walks ahead of me and stuff like that. And he never walks by me and stuff. It's like, well, when I was overseas, I did that because I was like threat assessing. I wasn't doing that because this bitch can't keep up, which was also true. But that's not why I was doing it. It was like, I'm trying to threat assess. I'm not actually doing this out of malicious intent. And women on TikTok are looking at that like malicious intent. It's like, no, it's
Because women create these scenarios in their head and they start answering the questions to the scenarios that they create. That's why they love figuring unsolved crimes, because they can ask these questions and it doesn't fucking matter.
we get to the
It's unsolved.
So we get to the Coliseum, and I'm like looking at the Coliseum. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, we're both there. And I turn around. She's gone. I don't know where the fuck she went. She just walked off and didn't even say anything to me because we got into an argument.
It's really unfortunate that she didn't just disappear.
I trust me, at the time I was like, oh my God. But like, we got into an argument because of how fast I was walking. And I was just like, I'm sorry, keep up. I'm like, I'm not trying to walk fast. I can't, I don't,
issue.
I'm like, I don't mean to walk this fast. I'll try to slow down, but I mean, like, you know, I'm sorry. But we got into this argument, and right before we got to the Coliseum, so we get to the Coliseum, I'm looking at it because it's the fucking Coliseum, and then I turn, and I'm like, say something, and I turn, she's not there, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm walking around, and by the way, the plaza where the Coliseum is massive, and there's thousands of people, and I can't find her, and I'm walking around for like 15, 20 minutes, like trying to find her. And I finally find her. She's standing in line at the Coliseum. And I walk up to her, and I was pissed. Because what is the one thing that I said to not do? And she did it because she was mad at me. Mm-hmm. And she just did it because she was mad at me and wanted to just be like, nah, and walk off.
But if you did it,
and
it's a problem.
And so I walked up to her, and I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? And she was like, excuse me? I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? And she's like,
did I stutter?
And she was like, ugh. She walked out of line, and she's like, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm like, no. I'm like, what did I say? I said, and I'm like, get in the fucking car. We're going back to the hotel. So she gets in the car with me, and I'm like going off, and I'm like, you don't understand. You are not safe here. I said, you are a fucking target. I said, there is literally terrorists in this country, and you are a prime target. I said, not only do you not speak the language, your phone doesn't work here. If God forbid, if anything were to happen to you and you needed help, good luck. You can't speak the language. No one knows you. I am the only person that you know. You're in a foreign country. You cannot walk off like that. You cannot do that. And she's like, I want to go home. And I'm like, I'll put you on the fucking first plane. And then eventually we calmed down, went back to the Coliseum. The next day, at the Coliseum, there was a fucking ISIS guy who grabbed a white European girl out of her group, her tour group, and put a knife to her throat, was going to cut her head off right there at the Coliseum. And the Carbonari shot him. And I showed that to her. I was like, what the fuck did I tell you? And she apologized immediately. I was just like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I told you, you were not safe here. Like, this is a real thing. You were in a very hostile environment, and you're an American.
Yeah, they should have taken her.
No, they should not have taken her. I get it. Like, we can have any kind of animosity towards someone for just not being a good partner, but she doesn't deserve to be killed by a terrorist.
The girl didn't get killed. The terrorist did.
He didn't die either. He got shot and he wounded. But like the point was that like, and I even told her, I'm like, she wasn't even by herself. She was in her group, and that dude.
She needed that hard lesson.
She did need that hard lesson, and she understood right after that. Like, I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. And I'm like, I wasn't saying.
No, I meant like if she was the girl, if she was the person with the knife, that would have been the hard lesson.
Oh my fucking God! Like, I would have lost my mind if that would have happened. But yeah, it was just like, hey, this is real. This is not a fucking. I'm not saying these things to be an asshole and to be controlling, because I'm not a controlling person. I'm looking out for your safety, because you are not safe here. And speaking out, looking out for people's safety, because sometimes women seem to lack that judgment. Fascination for masked murderers.
I like how they put Call of Duty Ghost on here.
I know. I don't get why they did that either.
Because you never see his face, first of all.
And by the way, I mean, we personally know somebody that's like into the Ghostface thing. We've had her on a podcast before. Whiskey.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that.
Oh yeah, she's obsessed with Ghostface. She's like, oh my God, he could fucking murder me any day. And I'm like, okay, goddamn.
I bet she has a great fantasy.
So from what?
How do you feel about Ghostface? She just said he's hot.
See? Tell her what we're talking
about.
That doesn't
make sense.
Tell her
we're talking about the internet, and specifically the female obsession with masked men, specifically like
masked killers.
The mask thing is a kink. So it's just the mask.
You can imagine whoever the fuck you want. That's why.
Oh, it's just the mask. It's not
it's the anonymity that's attractive.
The anonymity,
because you can literally imagine whoever you want.
Not the hostile activity behind it. We'll see.
Nope.
We'll see. So from thirsting over Daddy Michael Myers to sipping for Scream franchise villain Ghostface,
I feel like we should never say that ever again.
Daddy Michael Myers?
Yes.
The internet is really into masked men. Last month, the phrase Ghostface kink trended on Google search because TikTok users were in the horny Halloween spirit. Some creators made videos from the point of view of someone being murdered by him for sexy purposes, while others bought their partner's Ghostface mask to spice up their love life. And this is true, because people at Spirit Halloween were like, the amount of people that were buying the Ghostface mask was crazy.
So this makes sense, because if you think about like masquerades where like they'll have like the little thing, or it'll be the one that's on the face, it is the anonymity aspect, because you can imagine whoever the fuck that you want that it is.
Yeah. So it's like, she doesn't want to fuck you. She wants to fuck whoever she's imagining behind the mask.
Yeah, pretty much. Hard pills to swallow.
It really is. Over the past few months, content creator Brittany Broski has waxed poetic about her attraction to TikTok cosplayers who dressed up as masked character Ghost from Call of Duty, as well as the
her last name is Broski.
The masked band's Sleep Token. A video of her talking about jerking it to mysterious rockers is 500,000 views on TikTok. I think the term for women.
Sorry. the phrase jerking it, every time I hear it makes me fucking laugh.
The true term for women is not jerking it, it's schlicking it.
Ew.
I know.
I feel like it should be
Flicking it.
flicking it. Yeah, I feel like
If-
flicking it would be way better.
So she said, if I see a man in a mask, it's over. Because she admits with tongue-in-cheek self-awareness, I have a mental problem and I have a mental lack somewhere, and I'm not really motivated to do anything about it.
That sounds
scary.
about most of my patients, actually.
Yes. Our curiosity has been piqued by these feral FYP posts. So we asked two professionals to weigh in on two professionals. This is coming from professionals, by the way. This is why I said we'll see. So to weigh in on the erotic possibilities of masks. What's so enticing about them, even or especially when they're worn by murderous characters? What does our attraction to mask figures tell us about the greater sexual desires? Fear and uncertainty. Fear and arousal can be strange, sexy bedfellows. That's because they come from some base of emotion of physiological arousal. So
Yes, it's literally arousal.
This person that said this is a certified sex and relationship psychotherapist and a resident intimacy expert at the dating app 3Fun.
Oh, I thought it said psycho the rapist.
It really is.
But it's psychotherapist.
The adrenaline that accompanies fear increases heart rate and blood pressure. It's a state of euphoria so intense that we chase it to seek it out, she says. Think of people who absolutely love roller coasters or scary movies. They genuinely enjoy the feeling of being afraid, which is probably why, like, choking a chick can sometimes make her come harder, or even a dude. It's just like, I might die.
Yeah, it's because it's adrenaline producing. Adrenaline is arousal.
So
Just like dopamine. You can get dopamine from multiple places.
Not only that, there's also a physical thing that happens. With all that excitement, blood flow to the genitals also increases. This is why people in fearful states sometimes report experiencing general responses despite not feeling turned on.
Yeah, think about guys in combat who are like, I'm so fucking hard right now.
Yeah. Or usually it's they piss and shit themselves, but you know, I don't know about anybody getting a boner off of it. So consensual.
Talk to a Marine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Consensual encounters designed to amplify the near-death feelings are not literally putting you in a life-threatening situation, but your nervous system doesn't know how to make the distinction. So those TikToks that make it feel kind of hot to be killed by Ghostface, the fun is all in the fantasy. Even though the fear can amplify sexual excitement, you also need to know that the fear or perceived danger is grounded in real safety. This is the consensual non-consent. In order to become fully aroused, we need to feel safe. Anonymity.
I don't know. There's those ones where like the women will say like they don't want to know. They don't, because then it'll take away the fun for them. Like the ones with the great fantasies, they're like, I want it to feel real. Like that doesn't make sense. You have problems.
We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you about the chick that you're referring to.
That was actually a generic statement.
Well, you also have an experience with this.
Unfortunately. I know about it. Like obviously, I couldn't fulfill this.
Well, I mean, as you should not have, honestly. Because what does that say about the guy? What does that say? She's like, I want you to pretend to grate me, so that I like, because I want you to do that. Like, in no part of my brain is like, okay. No, my brain is like, I think I'm good.
I think it's more of a like the BDSM type thing. It falls along those lines.
So
I immediately want to know, like, did something happen? I have questions. I don't have a desire to fulfill. I have questions that need to be answered.
Yes.
Are you talking to me or about this?
He's referring to
just
the whole
about
thing.
that topic.
So sometimes a mask. So the other reason, anonymity and confidence. Sometimes a mask grants the opposite of fear and can help someone feel safe and confident, says Bobby Box, a certified sex educator at B-Vibe. Similar to how trolls who feel comfortable being rude online but not in person, there's a veil that someone can act more bold or out of character. When you obscure what?
When not every time, but a good portion of the time, when they have that fantasy, it's also based in reality. Like they've had the real event. So like something changes in their brain to where now it's like a fantasy for them. It's so hard to explain. Does that make sense though?
Yeah, it's also weird that it does that.
I know.
When you obscure even a portion of someone's face, their identity is immediately changed, Box explains. Plus, masks can alter their voice, further removing any identity from an individual. Then the possibilities for sexy fun multiply. This person can be anyone and do anything, which can be incredibly sexy given the scenario, he says. I know many gay men who prefer anonymous sex or ask that you wear a blindfold so their identity isn't revealed. While some men do this because they are closeted, others are merely turned on by the fact that they're having sex with a stranger.
That closeted part, that's fucking true.
Yeah.
So many guys will be like, it's not gay if I'm getting my dick sucked.
How would you know?
Especially if it's dark.
How would you know? You seem very educated.
I'm in the
Navy.
He admitted it.
A study from early 2023 found that people who think they are attractive are less likely to still wear a mask in hypothetical situations like a job interview or while walking their dog rather than someone who does not think they're attractive. Box says that this extends to the bedroom, where masks can make someone who isn't confident in their appearance feel more comfortable and adventurous.
Yeah, it's like texting. That's why people are more comfortable to be like keyboard warriors because they're more anonymous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Role play and fantasy. When it comes to the role play, masks are a simple way to visually assume the role without much effort, says Box. I mean, Clark Kent wore a measly pair of glasses as a disguise and nobody knew he was Superman. Bad boy tropes and forbidden trysts up the ante for sexual encounter with any partner. Whether they're a stranger or a long-term love, masks are often crucial to the believability of this kind of role play and help with immersion. If our desire to make out with a tragic character is motivated in part by our belief that our love can fix him, Phantom of the Opera, Kylo Ren, blah, 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 then removing his mask is a sign of deepening trust and connection. When people are attracted to fictional characters they see in horror films and media, the attraction can get mixed up with a fear in interesting ways. When fear is coupled with an erotic cue or image, for example, a sexy actor starring in a scary movie you're watching, think Brad Pitt in Seven, the physiological arousal produced by fear can be mistaken for sexual arousal because they are misattributing the true source of that arousal. Basically,
so this is actually based in real science too, because they say that if you take a first date on an exciting or like a House of Horrors or a roller coaster, something that will induce adrenaline, they'll associate that feeling with you.
Yes, they associate that feeling with you. So basically, they're linking it to a sexy person rather than the fearful situation. And this happens for people you're attracted to in real life. Riding a roller coaster with a date you fancy seeing naked later.
Oh, did I just predict that?
Yep, you did. For example, can also make it hard to separate fear from attraction. Ironically, covering up in the bedroom may be one of the easiest ways to set yourself free from insecurities or expectations. As long as you feel safe, incorporating masks into sex is totally normal. So yeah, like Kate nailed it with some of it. Like it is part of the anonymity, but then there's also the other fucking part of it of
we got problems.
Fear and uncertainty.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know what's about to happen to me, but I'm gonna come.
Or we have mental issues.
That should be first piece of merch. I don't know what's about to happen here, but I'm gonna come.
Yeah, I like that. The rabbit hole protocol. I don't know what's about to happen, but I know I'm about to come.
I love it.
On this hole.
I don't remember what I was saying. I think I was just reiterating something that was already said, so it's not important.
Fantastic.
Very insightful. Thank you.
Wonderful.
So Kate's gonna make you wear a Ghostface mask now, huh?
Who said anything about making me?
I asked Alicia, I'm like, how would you feel about me wearing like a Ghostface mask? And she's like, don't.
We have.
I'm asking my wife right now
because we went as Ghostface this Halloween.
Both of you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, y'all made fucking dirty looking TikToks about this shit too.
On Kate's page?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. My adult can do deductive reasoning, and I've narrowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked Alicia. I asked Alicia. I'm like, would that be something that you're interested in? And she's like, absolutely not. I'm like, now I kind of want to try.
I asked my wife. I said, what would be your opinion if I wore a mask of some kind during sex? And I said, asking for science. She's probably not going to respond right now because she's in the Philippines. But
oh, she really?
Yeah, she's there for her brother's wedding. And I was like, nice. I'm not going because I'm not doing the ATS.
So what the fuck were you so busy with yesterday?
Work.
Yeah, after you got off?
And also because she's not here, there's more things that I have to do here.
Fair. That dude,
like what? Drink more beer?
He doesn't drink beer, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, regular beer. I don't drink this piss water.
I want to apologize to the audience about his fucking delay, like from his audio to his video. I don't know.
Definitely not. It's on y'all's end.
Both of our end? No. That means
it's probably Discord then.
Why is it not happening to him?
Because I'm not delayed on my end, and you guys aren't delayed.
We are not delayed on our end. He's not delayed on my end. I'm not delayed on his end. You are the only one that is.
So I'm saying I'm thinking it's Discord because if it were me, it would also show.
It could also be your connection.
Are
you hardwired in?
Yeah. Always.
Doesn't matter.
Honestly, I've had this happen to me in Discord before though, and I literally just leave and come back in and it's fixed.
Too fucking late now. We're already done.
Yeah.
This is gonna be. I mean,
I feel like most people just listen anyways.
This is true.
Most people aren't watching.
This is true. I mean, as long as the audio quality is fine, which it sounds like it is, it should be fine. So, but that's it for the people's obsession with murder and true crime.
I don't think it's it. It's just the end of our topic on it.
It's just the end of. Well, it's definitely not it. It is the end of the topic on the matter, for sure.
And it was fun, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Just think the next unsolved murder that you get, you never know. Maybe it was one of us
that committed it.
I think it's fascinating how many unsolved murders happen on the road, like in close vicinity of major highways.
I think a lot of that is just dumped bodies.
There's a thought out there that a lot of them are actually like truckers that are also serial killers, but they just don't get caught because they're always on the move.
Aren't a lot
Have you ever seen
bodies,
Joyride?
Well, yeah. Aren't there also a lot of bodies that are on the sides of roads that were just hit by a vehicle?
Hold on, you've never seen Joyride?
You never seen Joyride?
Let me look it up. Have you seen?
It's got the dude that
semi truck drivers going after this couple.
It's got Paul Walker in it.
Is it Candy Cane?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen Joyride. I looked up Joyride and I got a
exactly
2023 comedy.
Are you my candy cane?
Are you my candy cane?
Are you're not?
I love that.
Cane.
Me and dude, actually, you would know when I watched that movie. On the road trip from Florida to Utah, my mom was thinking about it, and she was like, "Put it on your fucking phone." So I put it on the phone and like put it up, and we watched Joyride on the highway in the middle of the night as we're passing semi trucks.
I like
goes, Candy Cane.
Candy Cane. I like that. One thing I like about that one is that you never see the killer. You just see his truck.
You have no idea who it is.
No.
They made you think that.
It made you think it was him, but it's not him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because then you just hear him like talking again.
I watched Joyride 2 and it was fucking terrible.
And usually the sequels are
most
never
sequels
better than the
are.
first.
Yeah.
How many Joyrides are there? I think there's 3.
Have you watched the final Conjuring?
No. I don't want.
It's actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually not bad.
I'm gonna tell you.
Like all the other ones are shit.
Hang on. After knowing what I know about Ed and Lorraine, I don't ever want to watch any of their shit ever again.
Why?
After I learned about it, I don't even
Explain.
attach it to Ed and Lorraine anymore. I kind of see them as fictional characters.
I look
in the
if you go at it with like it's just a fictional horror story, then yes. But the whole true story thing, like Ed and Lorraine Warren exaggerated the fuck out of all of these stories.
Shocker.
For money.
And then didn't give really any money to the like they gave some money, but not enough to really do anything after like putting these families on blast and like news outlets coming to them.
And like
they just got harassed because they made the story so big, and then they didn't give them anything from book deals and movie deals and all this stuff. They're like, here's some pocket change compared to how much
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Peasant.
Ed and Lorraine Warren, I think, were also like kind of involved with the production of these movies.
Lorraine was, because I think Ed was already dead.
Yeah, Lorraine was, right? So like it's off of her account. Like the second movie when they're in London was like
Never watched it.
It was like, oh, so you watched the fourth one and you just skipped the others?
Yeah, because I didn't think they looked like trash to me. They
I mean,
just
like
looked,
fucking
They don't really matter.
Annabelle, for example.
didn't
Annabelle,
like it. That was dumb.
even still, but Annabelle, the real Annabelle, looks nothing like that movie. It's just it's a rag doll.
Yeah, but they
by the
show
way,
that in the
yes,
end of the movie.
Huh?
Lorraine Warren was a consultant for at least the first Conjuring.
Oh, the nun. The nun was creepy as fuck too. I
The Nun was I think Nun's my favorite one. That one actually scared me. The other ones I'm kind of like, they're like the first Conjuring is like a comfort blanket horror movie for me. If I'm like, I really want to watch a scary movie, but I want to get cozy, I put on The Conjuring.
Like, so
Nun was creepy as fuck. But this one's actually pretty creepy.
the second one, Lorraine. So Ed and Lorraine went to London, and they basically the whole movie is like them in London, like with dealing with this poltergeist, which the whole thing ended up being not true. Like the poltergeist was all false, and Ed and Lorraine Warren were only there for less than a day because nothing was actually happening. But they made a whole fucking movie about it, and even like interviews like with the kids were like, there was no real haunting. We just faked it.
Yeah. And did you remember the pictures? Have you seen the? You've seen the
Where
actual pictures, right?
she's floating above her bed, but she's clearly jumping off of her bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Her legs are literally in that perfect recoil from when you jump high.
Yeah.
Like getting ready to catch yourself. Like it's nuts. They even caught her in an interview when she was a kid where she was like, what are you talking about? And then like the older sibling was like, fucking stop. And then like immediately went back into character.
Yeah.
The last movie is
like, that's her coming back from being possessed. It's fucking dumb.
The last movie is really good though, because it has to do with their daughter.
I think that one
They kind of set that up throughout all of them.
Did they?
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it would
kind of like set up that movie.
The third one
makes sense, but they literally set it up in the final.
I think
honestly.
the third one was called "The Devil Made Me Do It" or something like that, where it was basically like this dude was on like said that a demon made him murder somebody, and he was on
when
trial.
in reality he was just drunk.
And like, there's even like an actual
the Amityville Horror.
Well, there was even like an actual documentary about this case where like the dude said he was possessed by a devil when he killed this person, and they tried using it as a defense in his case, which is why it became so like public. Was that he was the first? It was the first case that someone tried using demonic possession as a defense to get off a murder charge, which didn't work, by the way.
Maybe in the fucking like 1800s or some shit.
No, it's like maybe. Well, they would have just killed you.
Like in the modern day.
Because I think this was like the 80s or 90s or something like that. They tried doing this, and it was like, no, this dude was not.
Well, no, I mean it's not believable now, but like the only time that's gonna pass is like during 1600s for the witch.
Where women who read were witches. It's like, hey, did you ever try putting this like grow this mold and use it to like cure infection? Witch.
We've gone way off track. Did we already do the outro?
No,
we went We
No.
just went down another
No,
rabbit
we
hole. We
did.
came out of this rabbit hole and we're like, oh, look, another one. Let's go down.
Well, we should wrap
Yeah.
this up. Well, kids, thanks for another one. We love you and we appreciate you. We hope you have a Merry Christmas. By the way, next week we're going to
But
record.
it's gonna be out by the time.
No,
it's
it's
gonna
not.
be past Christmas.
It's
Yes, it
gonna-
will.
It will be past Christmas. So, yes, we love you all.
I hope you had a good holiday, I guess,
Hope you
because
had a
Brock
good
doesn't
holiday.
understand how time works.
Yeah, I know. My time's all a little fucked up. So, love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on it, share it with your friends.
Share it with someone that doesn't know who Blake is.
Sorry we didn't
Kiss
get
your
to
homies.
sorry we didn't get to kind of go into any of Doc's crazy bitch that he was with.
Okay, well, there's plenty of time.
There was
There's plenty of stories.
there's plenty of time to still go down it, but it would have tied in very well with like the topic.
Well,
think we went
there's
down a
plenty of
little
other
bit.
topics that it could still tie into. So
Yeah, there is.
That's true.
So anyway, we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Rabbit Hole Protocol. Love y'all and appreciate y'all.
Love you guys.
Goodbye. All right.
Did you get all that?
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.